work gotta end. So don't waste time, get it in. Why wait? Say it tomorrow, but you got today. Put them excuses away. Pick up the pace. If you really want it, then you gotta chase. Hey, I need a whole lot of space, make some room. I gotta prove that I'm nothing like you. And I'ma do it. If it's in the way, then we going through it. Like a Peloton, gotta keep it moving. Talk is too cheap, you just gotta do it. You ain't gotta like it, cause it's stats to prove. Only one way. Gotta bring it straight to their face. Ain't nobody safe. Plus it's only one first place. Know what that means? This ain't a fight, it's a war. We focus on up in the score. If you think you better than battle. If you really with it, then battle. Just battle. If you think you better than battle.
Let's get it.
Only first place finishes, so I seek and destroy every one of my nemesis. My power limitless, and my scorecard is perfect, it don't have no blemishes. No apologies, cause I ain't ya, it's just my nature that makes me a different type of creature. I'm a bitcher, bonafide gamer. Before you play me, better read the disclaimer. I'm that force to be reckoned with. I know your mama didn't warn you, you shouldn't be messing with. You don't compare to me. We're not the same, there's no similarity. Moment of clarity, you should be scared of me. Run all, you'll never get rid of me. So incredibly outdone. If we go to war, I'm the one you can't outrun.
Only one way. Gotta bring it straight to their face. Ain't nobody safe. Plus it's only one first place. Know what that means? This ain't a fight, it's a war. We focus on up in the score. If you think you better than battle. If you really with it, then battle. Just battle. If you think you better than battle. Just battle. If you really with it, then battle. Just battle. If you think you better than battle me. When it's time to ball. We back in the field, we ready, it's time. It's nothing but hustle inside of the huddle, you know that I grind. A dangerous smile, a weapon of choice when pushing the line. Go overtime and I won't break when it's crunch time. My end game is number one. Bet it all, give me my cash. Supreme game, can't stop it. Take off like a rocket. Break it back, don't bend mine. I'm the one now, you can't hide. Legendary like legacy. This is our moment, our time.
Our time.
This is our moment. This is our time. Time is now. It's time to rise. This is our moment. This is our time. The time is now. It's time to rise. Yeah. Coming for glory. We ready for war. The city's behind us. We giving you more. We ready whenever. The world is watching. The time is now. No other option. No other way. Play to win the way that we play. Destined for greatness, born to be great, ahead of the game. In front of the pack, leading the way, it's time to reign. The kingdom's here, this is our year. Been to the bottom, ain't nothing to fear, we running the game. Rushing the field for every yard, on every play. Nobody's safe, rise when we fall, but never stay down. The champs is here, doing it for the 10. This is our moment, this is our time. The time is now, it's time to rise. This is our moment, this is our time. Time is now. our moment. It's our time. Feet in the dirt. Nose to the grind. Like the crack of dawn. You can't stop the shine. Moment after moment. Day after day. It's our time. Lock and loaded, it's time for war. Ha. Tear it down, kick in the door. Yeah, I want it all, give me some more. Ha. I want it all, give me some more. I want it all, give me some more. Yeah. Kill them all, it's time for war. It's time for war. Like pandemonium, I set it off. Yeah. Sacrifice, I bear the cross. Legendary, I'm a big dog. Hard knock on the front line. Pure blood, my bloodline. Headshots the first time. My aim good, bullseye. Warfare. Don't play fair, don't play fair. You not sure? Don't go there, I'm right here. No fear, I'm ready to go at top speed. No brick wall can block me. No army can stop me. Yeah, I want it all and I can't lose. I came far and I won't stop. This my time, I pay dues. Yeah, it's wartime and I won't retreat. I want it all, give me some more. I kill them all, won't taste defeat. Now bow down at the king's feet. It's time for war. I want it all, give me some more. Kill them all, it's time for war. Kill them all, it's time for war. It's time for war.
Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to coverage of iRacing on LSRTV. Yay, my voice is a little bit better than it was the other day, that's for sure. We are ready to go, of course, for the playoffs. It is the Round of 8 Championship playoffs. The battle continues. The racing is exciting. But one thing I know for certain, that is not Terry Radford in the chair.
No, it's not.
Jason Rockefeller is joining us here in the booth, ladies and gentlemen. Terry Radford had something come up at the last minute, and he's not able to join us. Had some real work obligations, which I totally get that. But Jason, man, it's been a while. What has it been since the Roval at Charlotte the last time we worked together? Welcome aboard, buddy.
Yeah, I think so. Got the new mic. I've been doing some college stuff. It's been really good so far. I gotta appreciate, shout out to Terry Radford here. Sent me this mic. Had some good opportunities come my way recently. I was able to get myself a studio mic from him. So thanks, Terry. I appreciate it. But yeah, it's been going good so far. Yeah, Roval was the last time. We had a week break, and then you guys went to Las Vegas. And I will say, what a finish that was last week.
Yeah.
I was watching it, watched the last 30 laps. Great race by those guys, and we're sure in for a good one here tonight.
Yeah, no wonder I lost my voice the following couple of days after that. So I will tell you that. I know I'm still a little raspy, ladies and gentlemen, but I do sound a lot better than I did for sure on Sunday and definitely Monday when I was with you for the Cup races. But I had to be here. This is Talladega. This is the Round of 8 Championship playoffs. If you win, you go on to the Championship 4. Stephen O'Hare has done just that. Then he turned around and he won the Cup race at Talladega as a non-playoff driver. Now he gets the opportunity to just go out here, Jason Rockefeller, and have fun at Talladega Superspeedway for over 267 miles, 100 laps. And again, whatever happens, he knows he's going to Homestead to race for the championship.
Yeah, I mean, what a great scenario for him last week to win at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and now he's locked in. You got Dennis Moore, Dan West Jr., bunch of guys right back behind there who are going to be fighting for these final 4 transfer spots. Got a couple races to go after tonight. And now that he comes in here tonight with that locked spot, he's just going to go out here and have fun. Just like you said, won the Cup race here. And for sure, it's less stressful for him. He doesn't have to put himself in scenarios he doesn't want to. He wrecks, big deal. I'm sure he wants to go out here and win just like every other driver does here tonight. But, if you're Stefan O'Hara, you want to come out here tonight and just be like, you know what? I'm stress-free. I don't have to worry about the next round. I'm already locked in.
Sure.
He's looking to have a good time here tonight.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And again, of course, all of this will be transpiring whenever we do drop the green flag here tonight. Again, we welcome you to coverage of iRacing on LSRTV, the community radio network for simulcast coverage. I'm Wesley Outland. We've got Jason Rockefeller alongside, filling in for Terry Radford. And normally Jason joins us, and we get ready for that type of radio style, if you will, to call the race, because it's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. I emphasize this, Jason, no doubt about it. Weather conditions, we'll talk about that here in just a second. But I got to mention another thing, the big one. It can and will happen. We kind of lucked up in not having a massive big crash until the end of the race. What do you think we'll see in the trucks tonight?
I think you're going to see a lot of stuff pretty much play the same. These trucks, on iRacing, for folks at home who haven't driven one of these on iRacing, as of recent memory, because of the update back in, I believe, the beginning of the 2022 NASCAR season, these trucks became really hard to push. You can't shove the trucks like you were able to back in the day. And obviously, because of the rules in the NASCAR Truck Series in real life, you can't lock bumpers. So with iRacing's update now, you're not really able to lock bumpers. You can get right up to somebody's bumper. You could push them, but you have to be really careful doing so, because just like the ARCA cars, you get up under the back of somebody, you could turn them right around. You're going to see a lot of guys being really aggressive tonight, trying to lay the bumper down. Got to get that push. You got to have momentum. You're not going to go anywhere if you don't. These trucks are very aero sensitive here, especially the way that their body styles are. I would not be surprised if we just see not only one big one, 2, maybe 3. Who knows? But we should be in for a good show.
We have live LSRTV local on the 8s weather coverage for you right now as we go now to on-track activity. Holy shenanigans. This is in the heart of Wichita Falls, Texas, okay? This is in the heart of our broadcast studio where Charles Wooten and the Rocket Media LSRTV production studio is. Jason, where are you from? Where are you from, Jason? I'm in North Carolina. Where are you at?
I am from New Jersey, so a little bit northeast of you.
There you go. Good old New Jersey. I'll tell you what, then, you had to enjoy that modified race. That was a kick-ass show. How about it for stacking pennies? Corey LaJoie winning the modified race at Martinsville.
Yeah, great for Corey. I actually listened to Stacking Pennies. I was actually just listening to the podcast earlier. I went and picked up my girlfriend earlier. I love Corey. I'm a big fan of his. Good for him. And I love the modifieds, being a guy from Jersey. Your local track being Wall Stadium. I mean, my great-granddad was an old sportsman division champion back in the 60s. So modifieds have kind of something that's always been in my family. And I really enjoy them, especially on iRacing. If you haven't, folks, if you have iRacing, get a chance to drive the Tour mod. The SK's fun, a little bit less horsepower, but the Tour mod, oh my goodness, so fun. So fun to drive. Yeah,
I wish we had a Tour modified series for iRacing on LSRTV for coverage. No doubt about it. Hey, look, so here's your point standings, and you see the negative red means the drivers' points behind the 4 that are going to advance right now, points-wise, to the championship final at Homestead. Obviously, Stefan O'Hara has advanced. As I mentioned, he won last week in the wild race. Of course, Dennis Moore is going to be right there with him, 5 back. 1 point to the good is Dan West Jr., 5 points to the good, Dennis Moore. And then you got Paul Newton, the road course king, in a nice jam there. 1 point back to Tyler King, 3 points back to Sean Brightsman. 5 or 6 points back to Kevin Smith, and only 13 back for Ryan Bloom. Jason, if you're Ryan Bloom or Kevin Smith, legitimately, do you feel like you still got a shot to go to the championship 4 and try to win the race today?
Absolutely. It's Talladega. Why not? You know, put your cards, lay them out on the table. You know, these next 2 tracks after tonight, you got Dover and Phoenix. 2 tracks that are totally separate. You got Phoenix that drives like a short track, but at the same time, it kind of isn't. It's flat, you know. It's just a weird-shaped racetrack. You got Dover, the Concrete Mile, a fast venue over there in Dover, Delaware. But if you're Kevin Smith, Ryan Bloom, you know, Sean Brightsman, Tyler King are still fine, you know, but they still need to point their way in. But if you're Ryan Bloom and Kevin Smith, you need to do your absolute best here tonight. Don't play around. Yeah, try to avoid the big wrecks. You know, if you see a gap that you think you could take, but you're not too sure, you know, just make sure that, you know, use your noggin. You know, you got to make smart decisions here. You know, it's a little bit of a long race. So if you're those 2 guys, get to the front as quick as possible and avoid the carnage.
Hey, Charles, you got to bring us back on camera real quick, buddy. Bring us back on camera real quickly, because I have something to show you. Look at this. This is what I will devour at the
Is that a Twinkie?
If I don't spill it, this is what I'm going to devour. It is. Oh my God! I just want to take a bite right now, but I can't.
He's eating an LSRTV cake.
This it is a LSRTV cake. Look at that. No, it's a lemon cream pie cake. Yes, and I will devour it. It's not a cream Twinkie, you pervert. It is. It's not a cream Twinkie, you pervert. It is a lemon cream pie cake, and I will eat that after the conclusion of our race. For now, we will step away. We'll be right back. We're going to On Track. We've got qualifying ongoing, and we'll get ready for a one type of fun night. I think it should be. This is Talladega. This is iRacing on LSRTV, the Community Radio Network, and we're glad you're along for the ride. We're back in a moment.
Your CRN, my CRN, our CRN. We are CRN. The Community Radio Network now and the new WCRN 87.9 FM. And still always anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN. Welcome to the Community Radio Network. Follow us always via social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CRN Sports. Plus, listen to the new CRN 87.9 and still anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN.
This is our series,
So many different pieces that you have to watch out for.
where the stakes are always higher,
$300,000.
where virtual meets reality,
How bad do you want it? They're wasting no time getting at it.
where the best thrive and the flawless win. This is the eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series.
Hey, it's broadcast personality Wesley Outlet up topside at one of the great racetracks of the world, the Caraway Speedway. And I'd like to remind you to join us every Wednesday afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern with coverage of Finish Line, where we talk to everybody from NASCAR to grassroots, like right here at Caraway Speedway. Carolina's Fox Sports Radio affiliates, iHeartRadio, and on the Community Radio Network at 87.5 FM. And remember, thanks to Live Sim Racing Productions, you can actually see the guest panel, ask their questions, get interactive with us with comments and so much more in our chat box. Finish Line every Wednesday. Join us every week. This is Talladega. Welcome back to coverage of iRacing on LSRTV. We're ready to go for what is officially round number 28 of the season. Talladega Superspeedway tonight, 100 miles, 266 miles, 100 laps on the 2.66 mile racetrack here tonight. Of course, round number 28 overall. It's round number 8, round 2 in the round of 8, I meant to say. Don't forget, next Monday we are off for Halloween. I could do that now, Jason. I couldn't do that the other day. The other day I was like, So I'm happy to be able to do that again. Happy Halloween to everybody. Shut up, Charles. We wish you all a happy and safe Halloween. Enjoy it with your loved ones and family. Make sure you check that candy for the kids trick-or-treating. Yeah, don't come by Charles' house. He ain't going to give you none. He's got the door locked, and he's got Michael Myers hiding in the trees. But anyhow, remember, we are off next Monday night for the Cup Cars. However, we will be back here next Thursday night for Dover Motor Speedway, the concrete racetrack. That should be a fun place, a mile track. Jason, your take of this track, man. This should be exciting. This should be fun. Talladega is always just a monster in itself, and we are about ready to grid them, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these guys tonight, like we talked about earlier, they're going to be going ham, you know? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my damn. They're going ham, pretty much, like that viral video. Because they sure enough will be going ham here tonight. I mean, these guys are hungry. You know, we got a good field here tonight. 27 trucks. Looks like they're ready to start. We're getting ready to grid them. I mean, honestly, like he's talked about, Wesley, you got to fear the big one. You know, if you're these guys, make sure you're easy pushing on that competitor's bumper in front of you. Make sure the guy behind you, you know, you got to tell him if you're pushing the guy in front of you, hey, don't push the pusher. Because I guarantee you, if there's going to be a big wreck tonight, it's going to be caused because somebody's pushing the pusher.
Let's give you the starting lineup here tonight. Kevin Smith on the pole from Walla Walla, Washington, and the 00 to the outside. Two-time defending series champion, so close at the race last week, Dan West Jr. in 55 from Shelton, Washington. Row number 2 will find his son, Devin West, one of the non-playoff contenders, but never count out the number 5. And Bug Eyes, Aaron Cooper, just keeps getting better and better in the 71. He starts in row 2. Row 3, Cole Raz at the 10. Ron Hunter alongside in 22. Row number 4, Troy Daggett of the 99. He's improved in the last couple of weeks. And Sean Brightsman, the 2020 Cup Series champion. Round out the top 10, Brian Reynolds in the 12. And Brett Johnson in the number 7. Rows them out the first 5 rows.
Yeah, row 6, you got John Ottenbach in that number 89. You got Dan Lother in that number 63 machine in row 6. Row 7, you got our very own Jeff Stabnow in that number 24, and you got Gary Nichols in the number 8. Row 8, you got James Vining in the 333, and KC Garber in the number 94. Row number 9, you got Ryan Bloom looking for a great night here tonight in the 25 truck, and Stephen Paulison in that number 58 truck. Row 10, you got Dennis Moore in the 44, and Tyler King in the 21.
Row 11, Stephen O'Hare. Remember, he's already advanced to Homestead. He'll fire off for that 21st position. Paul Newton alongside in 27, the road track guy. Toby Ritters, Clifford of the 23 to the outside. Frank Harris, top 24. Move on to row 13, Carl Burke, the legend of the 53. Tyler Kim alongside and shotgun on the field by himself. Happy birthday to the one-thumb wonder, Will Duvall.
Happy
BJ
birthday,
Duvall
BJ.
Yes, he is celebrating a birthday today. BJ Duvall, Will Duvall, and I wish you many, many more. The native originally out of Mannington, West Virginia, now one of the guys of the Northwest. And yes, sir.
Imagine if he wins tonight from the back of the field.
And look at
boy.
this. This is his view from the back of the field as we are on board now with the VR headset. I hope he's got the thing charged up. It's every time. Every time something happens, he crashes, he wrecks. No, he did really good, man. He comes so close, Jason, in the Cup race on Monday night here to winning. He was second on the last restart, and he took it out with a big calamity on that final go. So we'll have to see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah, he might be able to get it done tonight here. You know, Tony Stewart in the Coke 0400 a handful of years ago, I believe he started, if not dead last, I think second to last, third to last maybe, but who knows. But basically, Tony started at the back and ended up winning the race. BJ very well could do that. You know, you just said he was very close in the Cup race here the other night. Starting from the rear of the field, He's got a little bit of work to do, but I'm sure enough, I think BJ's going to be up there at the end of this race.
266 miles, 100 laps. That's a century grind around the Talladega Superspeedway. Of course, opportunities of playoff overtime are in effect if the need to run 2 attempts at a green-white checker. And they've been used in the last 2 weeks in the playoffs. Ready for round number 2 in the round of 8. Who will join Stephen O'Hare, who's kind of comfortably in the back of the pack, ready to go to Homestead and run for a championship. But no doubt about it, keep an eye on the 41. And remember, as always, they race through the tri-oval all the way back to the end of pit road, going to turn 1 to start finish. Field makes their way inside the Geico restart zone for the initial green flag. This is Talladega. This is the Northwest playoffs, and we are green. Sweet home, Virtual Alabama. Ladies and gentlemen, roll tide. You have a race. They'll send him off into turn number 1 on the opening lap. Smith on the bottom, West up on the outside. Flanked 2 by 2, Jason, as they work their way to you to the back straightaway.
Yes, Smith right now down on the bottom with Devin West behind him. You see the 71 of Aaron Cooper up on the top side. He's pushing Dan West Jr. right now as they head into 3. He'll take him out of 4 here. Dan West Jr. with the point now on the outside lane. It's rolling a little bit better than the bottom. Seems to be more formed up than the bottom. Dan West Jr. a little squirrely off 4.
It'll take a lap or so for these trucks to come to full song in the draft as they work their way back through the tri-oval, storming at speed down to start finish. Give lap 1 to DWJ. Cooper behind him up on the outside. Raz is also there hooked up. Smith on the bottom. This works off into turn number 1.
Yeah, West, he's just continuing to pull that outside lane right now. Just, the top lane seems to be doing really well here. When they were at Talladega week for all the series here on iRacing, that top lane seemed to be very predominant. You see a truck get out of line there. I think that's Cole Raz. Tried to look 3 wide for a moment, but he'll tuck back in line down the back straightaway as they barreled off into 3. And there goes Aaron Cooper to the bottom. He'll shift behind Dan West Jr., go to the inside, try to go for the lead off turn 4.
Yeah, Cooper with a dive bomb move from the outside down to the bottom of the racetrack. He goes catfishing after being up on the Angels Expressway. Here they come off into the corner, working their way back to start finish. From the top shelf where Grandma hikes the cookies from Grandpa, down to the inside, blowing, making a move on Dan West Jr. He looks to the inside as they storm off into turn number 1, side by side. 5 rows are in the corner.
Yeah, like you said there, Wesley, 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. All throughout that main pack right there as they storm off down the Alabama Gang super stretch. Dan West Jr. continuing to lead. That moves Cole Raz now up to the 2nd spot. He'll push him as they barrel it off down into 3. And Aaron Cooper, after from going to the top, he'll stay on that bottom. He's trying to pull the inside lane as they work their way through 3 and 4.
Oh, and by the way, there is another football team in Alabama. They can't determine whether they're a Tiger or a War Eagle, but Auburn also. So Roll Tide and War Eagle going to some special people out there if you choose. Can't wait till the Iron Bowl. They roar back to start finish. Aaron Cooper down to the inside. Smith behind him. Johnson up on the top shelf. Here comes Stab down. That run will work on in turn 2.
Yeah, Cooper right now, he's getting the push, though. We're riding on board from his rear deck, but he's got Kevin Smith back behind him. We've seen with that playoff banner, Smith needs a good night, so starting up front here earlier in this race is something that's awesome for him. But, this is Talladega. You got to keep the truck on the track, not get involved in any wrecks, and so far he's doing a great job. But will he be here at the end of the race up towards the front?
Yeah, we'll certainly keep an eye on that as the field will work their way back off. And remember, they're drafting. So if you make one wrong slip, one wrong move, it can cause calamity. Right now, everybody holding each other at bay. They are about 2 by 2, the top 10 rows now, 20 trucks in a pack. As now a little slice there for a moment by West as they work off a 2.
Yeah, Dan West got really loose there out of the corner, kind of shuffled up that outside lane. That's going to enable Cole Raz to go from what was the top. He'll go to the bottom, take that race lead away from Dan West Jr., and he's got Aaron Cooper back behind him. They're pushing now as they go into 3 and 4, but that bottom lane rolling a little bit better than that top because Dan West getting sideways.
Field works their way back off of turn number 4. Hope you're enjoying this radio TV style call here of the round of 8, round 2 tonight here from Talladega. And of course, Jason Rockefeller on the back straightaway. I'm calling it from the front side. And the field works their way back into turn number 1 and 2. Down to the bottom. Dan West Jr. up on the top side. Look at Cole Raz. He wants something to happen. He's got some help. 4 trucks behind him in a tandem off that corner.
Yeah, they're going to get a great run here down the back straight. You see some guys right there. That's one truck. Kevin Smith. Man, I'm surprised that he's kind of moving out. He's in a great spot. You know, he just moved out of line, moved down to the bottom on the apron, down the back straightaway. He said, man, I don't want no part of this. Smart move, but the question is, will it cost him? I can guarantee that there will be a wreck here later on in this race as they work off 4.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that as they come off the corner. Look at that move up the outside lane. Cooper now with a bonsai move to the top shelf. He now powers back alongside Raz. West will hook up with him. So will also Brightsman. All of this transpiring. Down to the inside. Devin West is there with his father. They go to turn number 1 and 2.
Yeah, Cooper now, he'll move down to the bottom. Sean Brightsman now, he'll push Dan West Jr. right now up at the top side of the racetrack. That enables Cole Raz to reel into 71. He'll push him down the back straightaway. The top, though, just rolling a little bit better. These guys are pushing very aggressive here so far tonight, but so far, no real mistakes. Just seen a lot of guys being real eager to try to get out to that race lead.
See a little bit of that bump draft there off of that tandem contact between Brightsman and West. Dan West Jr. up on the high side. Brightsman will follow. Cooper, what a drive for Bug Eyes in 71. His Toyota battles the Chevrolet. A Toyota also giving some bumps to Dan West Jr. That goes on as they cross the line. Another lap on the board. We're 8 in of 100. And they so far keep it nice here at Talladega off 2.
Yeah, all these drivers doing a great job. You see Sean Brightsman, though. He's going to close in right to the back bumper of West Jr. there out of 2. You got to be real easy. I talked about the pre-race right before we started rolling and went green, that you got to be careful pushing these guys because of the new update for the trucks in the beginning of the season. You can't push like you used to be able to. You can't hook up. So if you're going to push, you got to be real easy, especially going in the corners. But there's still 2x2 for the race lead, all 4.
Yeah, they're still 2x2, at least 6 rows deep. Pick your poison. Somebody from the back of that draft could abruptly power to the front like Ottenbacher. This is on board now with Duvall from the back of the pack of 16 spots. He is trying to crack the top 10 with Ottenbacher and Lowther as they work off into the corner.
We said it right before we went green. BJ Duvall said it was his birthday. Here he is right now running on the bottom. He's trying to do a great job right now. So far is almost up into the top 10. Just one more spot and he's there. What a great run. What a race it would be for him to start at the rear of the field and win on his birthday after almost winning the Cup race the other night. Doing a great job, though. Still a long ways to go this time by. They'll get 91 laps to go here as they work off turn 4. The race lead still between Cooper and Raz.
All of that transpiring as they work their way back through the triangle. Off into turn number 1 now as they come to start finish. Remember, at flag stand all the way, going to turn 1 at the end of the pit lane, pit road exit. Off to the corner. There you go. I thought for a second they'd try to get orchestrated and go for another tandem of 3 wide. They don't. They stay 2x2. Jason, to you with the backstretch.
Yeah, that was odd there going into 1 and 2. It looked like Brightsman tried to go up to the outside lane and try to make a 3rd lane, but he said, nah, I'm just going to stick right behind Dan West. Cooper gets a little bit loose down the backstretch with the push from West there into the corner now as they work their way through 3 and 4. And Raz up at the top of the charts now with Devin West behind him.
It's 2x2, by 2, by 2, by 2. You think you're a carpenter out there on Talladega. Pick your poison as they now log the traffic 3 wide. West Jr. goes to the bottom. Thought about going to the outside. Thought better of it. Gets back under the draft. The tandem of 2 trucks. And again, 8 rows, 9 rows deep. Storm off into turn number 1.
Yeah, these guys are doing a great job pushing, being easy. See some aggressive moves, but not many so far here tonight with 90 laps to go. These guys are doing a great job. The organization skills, you see, there's about 2 separate packs right now. You got this giant pack up at the front that's about to head in 3. You got 3 cars. I guess that could be considered the first pack. And then you got Kevin Smith dropped to the back. He's being trailed with about 5 cars back behind him now. They're probably just trying to stay out of what could be carnage here later on in this race.
Yeah, that's that pack of Kevin Smith. If you remember, he was right up in that front pack earlier, then he dropped back. And these are all drivers, by the way, that are playoff contenders. I just want you to think about that. Drivers that have the orange spoiler and the back spoiler and the front windshield visor are playoff contenders. That includes, of course, Kevin Smith, Ryan Bloom, Dennis Moore, Stephen O'Hare, Tyler King. At least 5 out of the 8, if you will, are playoff drivers that are right now on the back straightaway.
Yeah, they're all just doing a great job, just, trying to maintain, with Kevin dropping to the back. I wonder if they're just trying to kind of play strategy. I just said beforehand that they're probably just trying to avoid the wrecks. And Toby Ritters is also there, the number 23. He is a non-playoff driver. But so far, these guys are doing a great job just trying to stay out of the mess here early on. But so far, we're yet to see a wreck.
Working their way back across start finish line. Now we pick up the leaders again. Now we're 2 by 2 again. Sounds like the second verse, same as the first, and the first 13, all the same as well. It's now Raz going to the lead on the inside. Cooper battles back off 2.
Yeah, it's like a copy and paste pretty much. If you were on Microsoft Word or something trying to paste some text, it doesn't really change until you got one word, that could be replaced. And, that's just an example of one of these trucks getting out of line and trying to make something work. You see right there to the bottom, Aaron Cooper slides in front of Cole Raz there into 3. If I were Raz, I'd be a little bit heated right now with Aaron Cooper. Too early to be doing that stuff.
Sneak and slithered his way to that spot. And I'm going to use a line, Jason, that I've not really used in a very long time. A wiggle and a jiggle and a giggle and a bobble. And they save it. Raz under attack of good. All that goes on again. Side by side. Raz back to the inside. Cooper holds on to the top spot. West, Brightsman. All this goes on as they work again off turn 2.
Yeah, Dan West Jr., he's getting his back bumper beat on right now by Sean Brightsman. Talked about it before. You got to be real easy pushing in the corners. You see the 71 get loose there. Down the back straightaway. Maybe a shot from Cole Raz. What a save by the 71. Wasn't nothing too over dramatic there, but the 71 definitely got really loose there down the back straightaway. Great job of saving it. You can see for the folks watching at home, his back bumper is all beaten up on as they head out of 4.
Down the back straightaway just a moment ago. All that crazy work going on now when they work their way back through the dog leg of the triangle here. Coming through the Geico restart zone, back across start finish. We have ran a masterful one here at Talladega in the opening 15 laps next time by. It is Cooper down to the inside. Raz will follow. Couple of Chevrolets going at it with a Toyota, and then you got a Chevrolet and a Toyota up on the top side at it too.
Yeah, these guys are still doing a great job just pushing, maintaining their own lanes. I'm kind of shocked, though, that nobody's been able to generate a run because you can close up the gap with these trucks very, very quickly. Somewhat like the Cup cars. But, if you're going to use that run, you can't really just shove the guy up in front of you. You got to really just try to pull out a line, use that momentum, and carry it forward. I'm surprised that we haven't seen any guys see Cole Raz now go to the top side, battle for the lead into the tri-oval.
Yeah, get a little antsy there as unorganized is not the word that needs to be done right now. I think it's still too early. 85 laps to go, 15 laps into this race. We'll give you the top 10. It's Raz, Cooper, West, West. That's father and son, followed by Brightsman, top 5. Hunter, Johnson, Daggett, Stab down, Duval, the birthday boy. They work to the back straight away on lap 15.
Oh, there we go, the big one. There it is.
No.
Oh, my goodness, a whole load of trucks. Cooper, the only one out front.
Oh, my.
Kevin West, Ron Hunter. That's the whole field practically heading out of turn 2. We went from one camera angle to another. Lots of carnage down the back straightaway. Devin West Jr. involved. Oh, my goodness. In 16 laps into this event, Wesley, and this could change everything here.
Well, if iRacing could create a red flag for the Willen Engineering lights, it would no doubt about it be illuminated about this time. We have just had the big one on lap number 15. Let's go back to Jason to tell you what happened when all hell broke loose to the back straightaway.
A little bit of a difficult camera angle to decide what happened there. You saw from our perspective the 85. I believe the 55 of Dan West Jr. He got left hook there. We'll take another look at the replay here about half a lap prior. This is all leading up to the incident out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. I'm going to paint the picture for the folks listening in here.
You got the 10 of Cole Raz pulling the 55 of Dan West Jr. up on that top side. And I
think father and son made contact, Jason. I really think this. I think father and son got together.
Oh, no!
Oh, no. Dan West hooked the 10 of Raz. That's what happened. Happy birthday, BJ Duvall. Look at a pirouette by Dan West Jr. He was a dancer there for a second. Tiny dancer. Hold me closer.
He looked like Tony Hawk's X Games move there back in the day. I think when Tony Hawk pulled the 900 on the half pipe, that was crazy. I mean, that just took out more than half the field. And like you said there, Wesley, out of turn 2, we thought it could have been father and son that made contact, but the 55 just ended up going a little bit higher than usual, and he hooked the 10 of Raz, put them both into the wall.
We'll recap everything for you, but first we're going to go to a radio timeout after we take a look at pit stops, as it looks like the entire cavalry is coming on the pit lane. All these drivers obviously beaten, battered, damaged. Will have to take a fast repair if they choose to, unless they go on the damage clock. Yeah, unless they go on the damage clock. I don't know, but I will say this, though, before we go. Jason, I can't see them maybe taking a fast repair this early in the race, and if you do, you're putting yourself in hot water, mind you.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, Wesley. That's a great point to mention that I didn't even think about. You know, these guys only get one fast repair here tonight, you know. And for folks listening in at home, if you're not too familiar with this, but what the fast repair does is whenever a driver wrecks, and usually they have race-ending damage, they can just go into the pits, click it, as long as they have however X amount of fast repairs, they can use one, and it auto-repairs their car to what would be considered on a video game full health. So, you know, you see some drivers probably taking it. They want to be competitive up at the front, but some drivers are just going to try, you know, save that, because you never know what can happen. You know, you could be the 71, go out there, not use your fast repair, and then get taken out later on. But, you know, you got to be careful if you're going to use it or not, because if you don't use it and you get taken out again, you know, you might be stuck on the backstretch and have to tow it in if you get wrecked again.
Another caution and a massive crash to put us under the first yellow flag. We're also coming up on the top of the hour. We'll pause for 10 seconds of radio identification. This is the playoffs of the Northwest Racing Series on CRN, the Community Radio Network.
Community Radio Network, WCRN 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA. We are CRN.
This is our series,
So many different pieces that you have to watch out for.
where the stakes are always higher,
$300,000.
where virtual meets reality,
How bad do you want it? They're wasting no time getting at it.
where the best thrive and the flawless win. This is the eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series.
Hey, it's broadcast personality Wesley Outlet up topside at one of the great racetracks of the world, the Caraway Speedway. And I'd like to remind you to join us every Wednesday afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern with coverage of Finish Line, where we talk to everybody from NASCAR to grassroots, like right here at Caraway Speedway. Carolina's Fox Sports Radio affiliates, iHeartRadio, and on the Community Radio Network at 87.5 FM. And remember, thanks to Live Sim Racing Productions, you can actually see the guest panel. Ask their questions. Get interactive with us with comments and so much more in our chat box. Finish Line every Wednesday. Join us every week. Back after radio timeout, and white lights are off on the pace car now. We'll get ready to get that Ford Fusion pace car to come back down to the pit lane. Welcome back, Jason Rockefeller on the back straightaway. I'm Wesley Outlet. Charles Wooten is manning the boards on a stormy night in October in the Lone Star State of our Rocket Media broadcast headquarters, but the race does go on. And my, oh my, they got that wreck cleared up. Jason on the back straightaway. We're ready to go back to green, buddy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, what a wreck. We were just sitting here talking about how these guys were doing such a great job, no wreck, no nothing, and then all of a sudden, out of turn 2, one wrong move and all heck broke loose.
It's my fault. It's the announcer jinx, mind you. And by the way, we are in, there is severe weather. Can you pop that radar back up real quickly, Charles, if you don't mind, before we go back to green? On the bottom right, this is a real life radar. I don't know if it's updated yet. It's midnight Eastern time, 11 Central, where they are in Texas. And we had some pretty nasty weather that is on the horizon or in the, holy cow, look at this. And the blue is where he is located at. And it's all coming his way. Right there in the middle. Clowns to the left of me, Jokers to the right. And I'm in the middle, and here comes the storm. Who'll stop the rain? Here we come, back to the Geico restart zone, and we'll get ready to do this again here. New people up at the front. BJ Duval up 26 spots from the rear, caught up in the accident. He is, of course, going to bring the field back to the line. Green flag back in the air. He will scamper away from this pack of trucks. Brian Bloom up on the outside. Got those Halloween colors. One of the playoff contenders. More playoff contenders up there, too. Dennis Moore, Tyler King, Kevin Smith, and away we go. And they're getting unorganized again in the early going of the restart on lap number 20. This time by Jason off 2.
Yeah, the birthday boy, BJ Duvall, right there, had the restart. And right now, those playoff trucks up on the outside, making some headstorm right now, going towards the front, doing a great job. Oh, we got a crash right in the back there. A couple trucks getting together.
Oh, no.
Oh, and it's going to be
trucks.
Brett Johnson, Tyler Grimm, I think. And the yellow flag is out heading into turn number 2 already, just after our first caution here of the night.
Well, I guess that's why they call it the Blues. Yellow flag is out, lap number 20. And we've got another caution. Cautions breed cautions. Jason, you lucky rascal. Another caution breaks loose in front of you out of turn 2.
Yeah, just, hoping these guys can hang on to it. They almost did there. For a second, I thought they were going to save it, but as we take a look here at your replay, just a little bit of contact there heading into turn 2. 30 gets up, just not able to save it. Gets up in Brett Johnson. A hard hit there. I believe that might have been the 8 of Garrett Nichols.
That was Nichols. Sure. That was Nichols. Yeah, man, he bonsai'd the wall. Yeah, he bonsai'd the wall. And
a lot of guys
I don't know if we can do an extended replay. Can we go on board with Tyler Kim? I would just like to see what it's like when you hit a virtual safer wall barrier and all of a sudden at 200 miles an hour and then you just stop. Because that's exactly what happened to him. You're on board with Tyler Kim after the contact with, just watch this. Watch this and listen, if you will. Oh, here you go. And we're not done. No, that.
Stefan O'Hare got involved. Yeah, Stefan O'Hare got involved.
Who was it that smacked the wall like that? I think it was Ron Hunter. Let's go on board with Ron Hunter, 22. That's who it was. Ron Hunter got into Tyler Kim. Extended replay. Barney's going to get tired from waving the caution flag. Here we go. Watch this. This is on board with Ron Hunter here, Jason. And again, just imagine what it's like to be going full song, 170 miles an hour virtually or even in real life, and then just hitting a safer wall barrier. Coming to an abrupt stop. Check this out. Listen.
Hey, he tried his hardest right here to get stopped. He does a great job at it. Gets right through it. Not too sure. We'll see for the folks at home listening and watching if we can catch the truck. I think that's who it is right there. That's who it was. The red and blue truck
Nichols?
right there. I believe it had to have been. There's no way that it wasn't. I think it was Nichols.
We'll see here. Strike 2. Hopefully it's not strike 3. Who cares anymore? My Braves are out of the World Series.
Yankees.
There you go. At least we got in the playoffs. No. It was who is the red truck? The red with the flames. Is that Daggett? Yes, it is. Troy Daggett.
It's Troy Daggett. Yeah. Troy Daggett, yeah.
No, this is Troy Daggett. Yeah, I got you now, sucker. Watch this. Hush. That was a fly ball. All right, we got it now, folks. Finally. Boy, are we off our A game. Watch this. Still great coverage on all the hits, though. Look at this. Oh, my. Yep, right here. Oh, my neck just tightened up when I saw that. Oh. By the way, nobody was hurt in the making of those crashes.
Back to that
I think we just lost Charles.
I am not too sure.
Are you there?
No.
Hello? Charles, are you there, brother?
Charles is here.
What happened? Charles, are you there, brother? Did you get a thunder strike or something? What in the world? The whole broadcast feed froze, the video froze, everything. Wow, maybe it didn't. Never mind. Happened on my end. Never mind.
Coming towards Wesley.
I could have swore I paid the darn cable bill. Maybe I didn't. No, my bills are paid proudly. Okay, let's just maybe an internet glitch here. We'll see here. All right, we got lights off on the pace car this time by, and we are going to get ready for the restart. Jason, shut up. 2 cautions now. 2 cautions back to back. I need Mike flags too, actually. 2 cautions back to back. 2 cautions back to back. For people that do not know what a mic flag is, this is broadcaster announcer talk or producer talk. It is a mic flag is like when you watch NBC or you watch your local news and you got somebody standing there like Jim Cantori about to get knocked out with a tree at Hurricane Ian. He's holding the Weather Channel mic flag. Well, the same thing could be done for, whatever network you're working for. So the mic flag signifies who you are and where you are and what you better be doing. So if anybody has 2 mic flags, I'll buy you some mic flags, Charles. Hey, by the way, I will tell you this. We've got some big plans, Jason, coming up in November. Part of the South Carolina 400 weekend at Florence Motor Speedway. They just announced Dale Earnhardt Jr. is going to be running the event. They have put another $30,000 purse into the event, thanks to Flow Racing. I am going to be the NASCAR events coordinator for that event, as well as doing a host of other things. And on top of that, Jason, Finish Line, live at the track, and the Chicken Bone Ollie podcast will collab together for Finish Line shows, pit party shows, live from the pits, driver interviews, and it's going to be all weekend long, beginning Thursday, November 17th through the 19th, when the checker flag falls on the South Carolina 400. We will have coverage right here with iRacing, and not only that, LSRTV. Yes.
Should be a fun one. We're about to have a fun one here. We're coming to lap 24 out of 100, coming to restart here. And right before we go green, I will say, you noticed something there, Wesley. All those guys who were up at the front there on that last restart, and even now, were all those guys who were in that little strand of single pack racing earlier on, right before that big wreck. We're going green here.
Green flag will fly back in the air 1/4 of the way through. Coming up here in a couple of more laps, we'll give you that full field rundown around lap number 25 as the field comes back to speed. It's Ryan Bloom now. He'll get his shot to have some licks at bat, if you will, as they work their way off the corner. And that Boise State Broncos Halloween throwback playoff driver down to the inside. Bloom on the bottom off 2.
Yeah, Bloom and Smith, they're going to go side by side now. Smith jumped out of line, jumped up to the outside lane. He's got help from Dennis Moore up to the outside lane. The top 2 side by side. Those are the bottom 2 at the playoff leaderboard right now. They're looking for a win here at Talladega, battling up at the front.
And they certainly are. 2 by 2 by 2 by 2, like Noah leading the animals to the virtual arc as they work their way back through the tri-oval. On the outside lane, it's going to be Smith's truck. Smith got a little bump there by Dennis Moore. Inside, Bloom is there. All this gets unorganized now as they go through some dirty air back into turn 1. Smith from the top shelf, back to the bottom. He'll throw the block on Moore. Moore will change up lanes and throw the block on Bloom as they work on the lead out of 2 on lap 24.
Yeah, Smith did a good job in covering Dennis Moore there as they went into turn 1 with a nice little block. Now those guys are, 1, 2, 3 down the bottom side. The top lane trying to get formed up right now, but it's all Kevin Smith up at the front of the field with Dennis Moore, Ryan Bloom right behind them here as they work off turn number 4.
And they certainly will work their way again off the corner, off of the fourth turn, and they stay to the inside of the racetrack. This is the first time now we've seen more of these trucks, not 2x2x2, but at least the first 8 trucks now. Single file below the bottom of the racetrack to the double yellow line. Smith hugs them into the corner to the diamond off 1 and 2. And right there, every other truck will follow. It's not until you get back to around Paulison and O'Hare where they're 2x2 off 2.
Yeah, right now these guys are just going to try to get single file now. After those first 2 wrecks, you got some guys trying to jump up to the outside lane. They want to make headway towards the front of the field now. But most of those drivers down the bottom, they're just trying to ride around. They saw the calamity that they had to face a handful of laps ago. They don't want that again, especially if some of them use their fast repair. So they're just trying to be careful here as they head back down the front straightaway towards you, Wesley.
Working to the start-finish line, we'll put now 26 laps on the board. Let's give you your full-field rundown now as we're 1/4 of the way through. Kevin Smith is the leader. Dennis Moore is second. Ryan Bloom third. Up 23 spots is BJ Duvall, the birthday boy, to 4th. John Annenbacher 5th. Tyler King is 6th. Stephen O'Hare is 7th. Devin West 8th. Aaron Cooper 9th. And Frank Harris, your top 10.
Yeah, everybody's just still trying to be single file, but that top pack right now, they're up on that outside lane. Looks to be led by, I believe, Tyler King and the number 21 as they work their way to 3. Now they're starting to get double file. And Tyler King, he's making headway up on the top side. He's got help back behind him. That's Ryan Bloomer. No, sorry, that's Stephen O'Hare back behind him as they work off 4.
Yeah, let's give you the rest of the full field rundown as we didn't get catch up at 11th. Frank Harris 11th, Brian Reynolds is 12th, Cole Rass 13th, James Vining 14th, and Stephen Paulison just got passed by Ron Hunter for 15th. Then it's Paulison, Ritters, Burke, Lowther, Dan West Jr., the top 20. By the way, Dan West Jr. and everybody on back a lap down or more, including Troy Daggett, Sean Breitzman, Jeff Stabnow, Paul Brett Johnson, Gary Nichols, Tyler Kim. That's the way they are on the back straightaway as we approach lap 30.
Yeah, only 19 cars on the lead lap. Like you say, oh no, there we go, crash down the back straightaway, but oh my goodness, they save it. No, they don't. There goes Jeff Stabnow around, down to the infield grass. Will they throw the yellow? Couple trucks involved as they work to 3. No yellow. No, there it is. Now the yellow comes out. Oh my goodness, poor Jeff Stabnow. Not even a product of his own doing, just got caught up with everybody trying to scramble down to 3.
At one of those playoff contenders for the Cup Series, but not for the trucks. And a bad luck for him already, as I mentioned, all the way mired back in the top 20. Chaos, back straightaway. The Alabama gang visiting a lot of chaos and mayhem. It happened again, Jason, in front of you in 3.
Yeah, you saw the leaders there. They got together and they scrambled, but they did a great job at saving it, just pushing, going wrong. And then everybody else just decided to scramble because everybody thought they were going to wreck, and Jeff, unfortunately, is just, a victim in that circumstance.
Yellow flag out for the 3rd time here tonight at Talladega. Another caution. And man, oh man.
It's all tame at the beginning of this one. Now it's gotten all hectic.
Yeah. Yeah, it was nice and organized at first. Here, by the way, is your summary right now. 3 cautions so far in the 30 laps of this race, or closing in on 30 laps of 4 caution laps, 15 lead changes. 15 lead changes, mind you. And that's only at the start-finish line, by the way. We don't have scoring loops like NASCAR does all across the racetrack where they can count what was 76 or 77 scoring changes, lead changes at Talladega in the race at the Yellowwood 500 in October. But with that being said, though, Calvary is coming onto the pit lane. I think everybody is thinking 4 tires and fuel here right now, and maybe back on the damage clock for some if you decide not to go Jason Rockefeller for the fast repair.
Yeah, for sure. These guys still don't want to use that fast repair. Maybe, sacrifice a little bit of time. You know that your truck is still competitive. You see Kevin Smith slide into his box. Looked to be a little bit short there, but he's still going to pit the truck. Looks like he's only going to be taking fuel. Yeah, some of these guys are just going to take fuel. Some, like you said, are going to take 4. Others are going to take 2. This track has gotten really worn out. The last repave back here was in 2007 was the first time these guys were on the freshest coat of asphalt here at Talladega. Now that this track
has gone in over a decade and almost 2 here by 2027. This track is worn out. It starts to eat up tires like the old Daytona used to. So your truck really has to handle well. I would not be shocked, though, if some of these guys just think probably, we could probably make it on 2 tires. Nah, you're going to want 4 tires eventually at some point in this race.
Yeah, again, this race, 200 laps, 266 miles, 2-hour time limit, by the way. And that is why the race abruptly ended in the second green-white checker attempt at overtime on a 1-lap shootout, by the way, on Monday night. That was the reason why that took place, again, when Stephen O'Hare picked up the win. By the way, 3 to 4 spare sets of tires with the original 1 fast repair, the original set on the truck at the drop of the green. Incident counts, 12 for a black flag, 16 points, and you get a second black flag. And then the meatball flag will be displayed if you get over 20 or more. Well, there is no chance to get more than 20. If you get 20, you are disqualified from the race. Jason, explain a little bit more to our audience of what the incident counts are for iRacing.
Yeah, so what the incident count is, folks, is basically like, for example, we'll take these trucks, for example. If you go race, everybody's on a fixed setup. If you go race C-Fixed at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, like these guys were last week, putting on a great show for the folks at home listening and watching. You make contact a few times depending on the way of, where you hit it, how hard you hit it, whoever you hit. You get up to, I believe it's about 16 X's, and 16 X's is basically strikes. So basically, certain incidents will count with certain X's. Like if you make contact with the wall, that could be 1X, it could be 2X. If you wreck somebody, make multiple, points of contact in a wreck, you can go from 1X to 2X to 4X, sometimes 6X, depending on how many times you get hit. So, you want to try to keep yourself out of the wall as much as possible. And if you just so happen to get to 16X by the end of the race, you will immediately, iRacing service will immediately disqualify you, and you will immediately be put in the garage area and or pit road, and you will not be able to complete the amount of laps.
Yeah, no ifs, ands, or buts. You will be parked, and your race will be done if you get more than those 20 incident points, by the way, again. And I will emphasize as well, as we approach lap number 30 of 100 laps, 20 to halfway, 70 to the checkered flag, unless we go to overtime, that there is also not only the chance at 2 attempts at a green-white checker overtime, there's also a 2-hour time limit enforced in this race. You go over that 2-hour limit, Jason, and obviously the next lap at green ends the race, basically.
Yeah, I was actually calling a race last night over on Race Spot TV for Martinsville for the PRL Truck Series, and we never got to finish the race for its actual run time. There were so many cautions that these guys just kept wrecking, and trying to get every position they could. But you can't win the race in just 1 lap. But, some of those guys, they just ended up, wrecking up their stuff, ruining their own races and everybody else's. And we ended up finishing on a time limit. And Richard Regan Jr. ended up winning that race. He dominated. And that could happen here tonight if these guys don't keep it straight. So you want to be able to, hook up, do well, keep the tires on, and keep the truck in one piece and bring it home here. And we're probably set for a great finish here if they can keep it going.
We're not done yet. And by the way, you can win a race on the first lap if it is a 1-lap race. Yeah,
thanks
again,
but Cody.
For a lot of these lengthy races, to first win the race, you must first finish. And right now, they're not doing that. Definitely crazy crash in the opening 15 laps, a big wreck, and now 3 cautions in the last 10 laps. We settle back into the field of the Geico restart zone. John Ottenbacher, by the way, no stranger to winning at super speedways. He's got that team LSRTV CRN Chevrolet power to the lead as they go to the green in turn number 1. Carl Burke behind him. Paulison will follow. They get unorganized behind the pack. Aaron Cooper now goes to the top side. Give him a lap to get back to speed. Here they come off 2.
Yeah, these guys are all going to be grouped up together here in the next lap or 2. Now we went from being sunny to overcast skies. So that's going to obviously affect these guys' visibilities and the way that their depth perception is.
but also the way that they race is going to be a little bit cooler, more grip. You're not going to be as slippy and slidey, whatever you want to call it. But John Ottenbacher got knocked out last round of the playoffs. Here he is up at the front of the field. He's trying to look for a Talladega victory as he works off 4.
You know, you're exactly right. It's something we haven't mentioned is the weather conditions. Maybe we can throw that on the bottom right of the monitor here. And there it is, 74 degrees air temp. It's cloudy skies right now. Started with sun. Now it's 90 degrees track temp with the wind speed at 3 miles an hour. That is your virtual sim weather conditions, as the real weather conditions is a stormy night at the production studio in Texas. Bringing you the broadcast from New Jersey to North Carolina. The leaders are on the back straightaway that they call the Alabama gang straightaway off 2.
Yeah, Carl Burke was able to pull up to the outside lane. He's got Aaron Cooper no strike. He's going to get turned. Aaron Cooper around, trying to cut down. He gets cut. He cuts right down in front of John Ottenbacher through the grass. No yellow. Will they throw it? No. Yes, no, maybe not. No yellow
no
yet.
No caution.
Don't believe they're going to throw it. Great call by him.
He's down below the apron. That's right. He's down below the apron. So this is what happened. What Jeff Stabnow had something similar happen to him as well, but he was involved with another truck. When those trucks stalled up on the top of the racetrack, that's why they threw the trigger of the yellow. Nobody inside of Aaron Cooper's truck, and a disappointing opportunity as his truck was all the way in the top 5. Now he is all the way to the back. Leaders go to the back straight away. New man up in front. Jack Daniels, no coke needed. Brian Reynolds to the lead of the 12.
Yeah, if he wins this race here tonight, that number 12, he might just have himself a Jack and Coke after this race. I will say they are good, in fact, I must say. But he's working on the bottom side of the racetrack. 2 trucks up top yet. You got Cole Raz, and I believe that's the 94 of Casey Garber. They're trying to make something work here on the top side out of 4.
I could be wrong, but I don't know if Jason Rockefeller is over 21. I know I am, so I have to remind you, please. Okay, good. Okay. Well, please drink responsibly if you do. All that goes on as they come to the line. It is Raz on the inside. Garber up on the top side. Where did Casey Garber, Kenneth, come from? Reynolds now drop kick back to 3rd. He's got Burke to his outside. Ottenbacher, West, Paulison, new names off 2 for the lead.
Yeah, Cole Raz is continuing to lead now. No stranger to the front like earlier. He was up there, got involved in the big one after getting turned by Dan West Jr. now as they work into 3. You see the 94, he's a little bit squirrely now as they head into 3. He's still right up though on the back bumper of Cole Raz now out of turn 4. But Ottenbacher trying to pull out that top side lane. He's trying to pull him to the front, working in the tri-oval.
Ottenbacher will power his way up to the outside lane. He'll now pull down onto the truck of Raz. They now go side by side. Here comes now also Garber. He's got Devin West to the inside. Also throw in the mix Reynolds and Paulison side by side. Will Duvall up on the outside lane as well. The birthday boy slicks and slithers his way to the 6th spot as they go off turn 2.
Ottenbacher and Raz, though, continuing to battle for the lead, but that outside lane pulled up just a bit right now as Devin West shoves John Ottenbacher out front. The birthday boy riding 3rd in line. You see in the bottom right his VR headset. He's digging, he's wheeling that thing as he heads into turn number 3, trying to hang on to it, closing it on the back bumper of the 5 as they work off 4.
Make sure those batteries don't go dead on that headset, as right now a little more trucks getting a little unorganized. They hold it and save it together. Here they come back through the tri-oval. Down the start-finish line. Ottenbacher, a little disturbance from that clean air to the dirty air. The draft, their tandem, I know it's virtual, but it's happening. You're seeing these trucks bob and weave like boxers inside of a squared circle, and it's because of the dirty air, the clean air, trying to keep themselves distanced from each other. All this works on with the leader now, Raz out of 2.
Yeah, they just got to be really careful with the way that they're pushing. They've already seen multiple wrecks here earlier on in this race. We're not even halfway. Next time by, we're going to hit lap 38. But right now up at the front, it's John Ottenbacher still working up on the top side, find a way to get back around Cole Raz for the race lead here as they head into turn 4, with Ottenbacher still trying to make that top side roll along.
All this happening now as the leaders work their way back across the start-finish line. Another battle going on. It's hot and heavy and exciting as they work their way back into the corner. Not done yet. down into turn number 4. Back to the start-finish line, storming off into turn number 1. Here comes now 5 rows. 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 again. Ottenbacher trying to make something work as we approach lap 40 off 2.
Is getting the push right now from Devin West down the back straightaway. That outside lane getting a little bit squirrely through the center of the corner in 1 and 2 now. But down the back straightaway with the momentum on the outside lane because of that banking up here at Talladega, we're able to just get off the corners so much faster. Inside lane pulls in the corners, but off that outside lane is just way too dominant. And John Ottenbacher, the number 89, he goes to the top of the charts here at Talladega.
Remember, John Ottenbacher won the season opener for the Truck Series of the Northwest way many moons ago. February, March it was when he won Daytona. He knows these road courses these super speedways, very well. He powers to the outside to the lead. He's now got Devin West behind him. That would be a not full-time teammate, but part-time teammate there in the 5. Duvall out there as they work off 2. Here comes now Garber after Raz.
Just keep trying to pull that outside lane. Hey, Garber, he's just trying to push the 10, as you see right now, heading into 3. The bottom rolling a little bit better than that top, but off the corner, that outside lane's just going to get better momentum now as they work off turn 4. The 2 trucks still out front, Raz and Ottenbacher.
Working back through the tri-oval, back to start-finish line now, about 2 laps away to lap number 40, 10 to halfway, or 12 laps to halfway, and 60 laps to the checkered flag here. All this going on as Ottenbacher now roars them back off into the corner, up on the top side. Here comes now West, inside now, getting organized again. Raz, Garber, Reynolds, he now takes it 2 by 2 by 2 out of 2.
Yeah, Ottenbacher, like I said, keep saying it, just rolling that outside lane, doing a great job. He's got 4 trucks back behind him. Wonder if they're going to be able to get enough momentum here as they head off the corners. Maybe if they just keep pushing the right ways at the right place at the right time, they can get past all those trucks, and maybe they're going to be able to clear call Raz. But right now, Raz, that inside lane rolling a little bit better here off 4.
Got to be honest, that's exactly what you have to do. As the field works their way back off of turn 4, coming back through the tri-oval. Raz down to the inside, Ottenbacher up top. Garber had a shot there for a minute on the 10. Timing and scoring flip-flops between Ottenbacher, Raz, Ottenbacher, Raz to the lead now as they work off of turn number 2. He'll power up in front as they work off the corner. We're, by the way, 10 to halfway at Talladega.
Yeah, the outside lane got a little bit squirrely there through the center. You saw that one truck that was the last truck up on the outside lane all the way at the back of that line. He jumped down to the bottom. That was the 22 of Ron Hunter. He jumped all the way down to the bottom and said, I'm not really feeling like I'm getting anywhere. We could probably get this bottom to roll a little bit better. And you see now, they got about 3 trucks out in front of John Ottenbacher there on that bottom side as they work into the tri-oval.
Yeah, back to the tri-oval now, man. They are flying through this track now at full speed, keeping these laps under 41 seconds, Molly. 41 right now on the board, 9 to halfway. Laps times keeping them at least under a minute is what I was meaning to say. Last fastest lap of the race so far is, of course, a 51:07, 51:04. Some of the times that are being put down here, so they're trying to keep it under 50 seconds if they can. The leaders are off 2.
You know, everybody's still doing a great job, 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. 4 rows deep, but that backpack right now, they're coming. They're flying up towards that front. They're single file. We got a head of steam now coming up towards the front. Wouldn't be shocked here in the next 10 to 12 laps. They're going to catch that front pack here if they keep doing a great job, and Kevin Smith is leading that off forward.
And by the way, these are a lot of playoff contenders that are starting to be in that pack, starting to run them down. On the outside, Dan West Jr. leading the fray along with Brightsman, Kevin Smith, Dennis Moore, Ryan Bloom. Here they come. Here, Kitty, back to turn 1. All this transpires as they get faster and faster, reeling them in like bait on a hook on a hot summer day, except in the fall fishing here at Talladega.
Yeah, Kevin Smith, he was only about a 10th off of the leaders right there that last time around. If they could just form up a little bit better, maybe get past that one playoff truck in front of them, that's Tyler King, work around, and they might be able
catch that front pack. But right now, as they work their way through 4, you see because of the 71 getting spun out now, earlier on, Aaron Cooper just went 2 laps down out of 4.
This is what happens when you're one of the best trucks earlier in the race, and then something happens and you fall back. Aaron Cooper has no friends, and because of that, he has went 2 laps down. All of this going on is now lap trucks are in the middle of lead lap trucks as they battle off of turn number 2. Raz Ottenbacher for the lead at Talladega.
Yeah, that pack's gotten a little bit bigger. You see Sean Brightsman first one to travel out to the very outside lane, right up against the Alabama Gang super stretch wall there. He's got another playoff truck right behind him. That's the 55 of Dan West Jr. They're trying to make some headway up towards the front. 2 cars, put them under a blanket. They're trying to work together through 4 to get that race lead.
And by the way, don't count out also Devin West and John Ottenbacher. These are all LSRTV Sierran teammates in that pack up on the outside lane. Now we're going to stick up 3 wide, 3 by 3 by 3. Monkeys in the middle include Ottenbacher, West, the birthday boy, Duval, as they send him off into orbit into turn number 1 and 2. It's getting good as they're about to come to the cross flags, and Raz leads that cavalry off of the corner.
AC Garber and Cole Raz. Oh, there we go, another crash out of turn 2. Ottenbacher gets hooked to the left rear, takes out multiple trucks, hard hit to the inside wall. Goes another truck, other drivers involved. Just a
I knew this was going to happen.
Racing way too aggressive here at Talladega off turn number 2.
Big one, 4th caution of the race again. It happens on the back straightaway. My luck. Jason, what happened?
Well, right there, heading off turn 2. I was talking about those 2 guys up in front. I was literally just about to say, Cole Raz and Casey Garber are having a field day up front, and if they were going to wreck, they were going to hope that it happens now, and sure enough, it did. Because Ottenbacher just gets hooked right in the left rear. 1 truck goes up to the top. That was the 78, I believe. I'm trying to find out.
58, Stephen Paulson.
58. Yep, Stephen Paulson. He just got turned, maybe got a little bump there heading off too, and he just hooks Ottenbacher right in front of the field. What a bad moment there for Ottenbacher. He's in the pits now.
So here's what we're going to do. Caution is out. We're going to step away and go to commercial break. And when we come back, we will have the LSRTV mid-race report. Stay with us from Talladega. This is coverage of the round of 8, round 2 from Talladega. iRacing on LSRTV, listening on the Community Radio Network.
Your CRN, my CRN, our CRN. We are CRN. The Community Radio Network now and the new WCRN 87.9 FM. And still always anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN. Welcome to the Community Radio Network. Follow us always via social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CRN Sports. Plus, listen to the new CRN 87.9 and still anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN.
This is our series,
So many different pieces that you have to watch out for.
where the stakes are always higher,
$300,000.
where virtual meets reality,
How bad do you want it?
They're wasting no time getting at it.
where the best thrive and the flawless win. This is the eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series.
Hey, it's broadcast personality Wesley Outlet up topside at one of the great racetracks of the world, the Caraway Speedway. And I'd like to remind you to join us every Wednesday afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern with coverage of Finish Line, where we talk to everybody from NASCAR to grassroots, like right here at Caraway Speedway, Carolina's Fox Sports Radio affiliates, iHeartRadio, and on the Community Radio Network at 87.5 FM. And remember, thanks to Live Sim Racing Productions, you can actually see the guest panel, ask their questions, get interactive with us with comments and so much more in our chat box. Finish Line every Wednesday. Join us every week. For those that here's Terry Radford has tire talk. Here's broadcast talk with yours truly as we welcome you inside for the LSRTV mid-race report. This is what a mic flag is, okay? This is a mic flag. Okay, students? It goes into the microphone like this. Okay, let's just say that this is your microphone, okay? This is this is your microphone. All right. Yes, I am using the middle finger, Jason. It's longer. You gotta. This is the mic up top. This is your microphone, and this is your mic flag. All right, I'm gonna stop there. So, by the way, I didn't mean to flick you off. Welcome back to our audience. Oh Jesus, I just got fired. I raced it on LSR TV, CRN. Jason, you lucky rascal, you keep calling all the calamity here tonight, man, and we ain't even got to halfway yet, but I figured it is time to do the halfway report.
Cross flags. Yep,
Cross
halfway
flags.
report.
Cross flags.
LSR TV mid-race report. Folks, for just tuning in, welcome to Talladega. Typical Talladega race. You got good race in the beginning, and then all hell breaks loose, which is what we've seen here tonight. We've seen, 4 or 5 cautions? We've seen pretty much 2 or 3 big ones here tonight.
Yeah.
A lot of guys, a lot of different players up the front. You got Cole Raz, you got Briar Reynolds, Carl Burke, your top 3 right now as we're getting ready to go green here about in a lap or so. You saw earlier on the 71, got turned around while leading. A lot of these guys are just making real aggressive moves here. I expect there to be way more here as this race progresses throughout the night, and hopefully we'll have enough time to finish it because these guys keep wrecking, so hopefully they can just keep it clean.
Yeah. And remember, they used the 2-hour time limit in the race for the Cup Series here at Talladega on Monday, and that's why the race abruptly ended in a 1-lap second attempt at overtime. When that clock runs out, don't matter what part of the race time you're on as far as the format, if that clock runs out, the next lap at green ends the race, and that's what happened. Field getting organized 2x2 behind the Ford Fusion iRacing safety car. We'll get ready for the restart. One more quick question. And the question is, do they need to stop this 3-4 wide tandem drafting? Because we've said this every time they had that happen, Jason, that's when these big wrecks take place. I just think to first win the race, you must first finish. We need to get to lap 85 or 90 before that happens, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, way too early to be doing that stuff. I mean, if you're a driver that can make it work, like personally myself, not to brag, like I feel like I'm confident enough that I know how to make it 3 wide. But if you're a guy who knows that they can go 3 wide, you got to be really aware of those around you. Some guys might not be comfortable trying to go 3 wide. Others will. Like you saw earlier, you saw Bright. Yeah, that's my girlfriend back there. She's hanging out right now.
Is there somebody behind you? Who is that? Who are you? You got a stranger in your house. Who's it?
She's hanging out. She's hanging out here. But we're getting ready to go.
All right.
But to answer your question, yes, they have to stop if they want to get through to the end of this race.
How can you sleep? We're going back to green, but I got how can you sleep, young lady? Okay, he keeps yelling caution's in trouble, radio style.
Oh, we got a
Here
crash.
we go. How can you sleep? She got earbuds or something. You better get her a nice Christmas present, Jason. We're back to green at Talladega. Coming up on restart, lap number 48 of 100. 2.5 way. We're back to green, and here comes now Raz. 1 truck length back. He'll pull away from Reynolds. Reynolds will stay to the bottom of the racetrack. Burke will stay to the outside. Smith will follow. Up top side, Tyler King, they work off 2.
Yes, single file right now. Raz got the jump. Great job there. You see a couple trucks way there in the back. They're trying to get up to the outside lane, make something work. That's about 4 trucks. Other than that, everybody's just deciding to stay on the bottom right now. I couldn't agree more. You've seen everything that's happened here tonight. Try to calm it down a little bit, because if you don't, you're going to cause more wrecks. And you already see right now how dwindled down our field is here tonight for the remainder of this race.
Now watching these trucks work their way back off for the corner. It's Cole Raz, now the leader. Reynolds is down to the inside. And look at Ron Hunter, at one time part of the accident now. He has battled his way up to 3rd. That's the thing about the difference between intermediate, short tracks, or road courses. Super speedway racing, get up in line, step up and take what is yours. They're trying to do that. Was halfway, next time by off the corner.
Yeah, Ron Hunter's doing a great job at leading that outside lane. You know, he's just trying to just run along that top lane right now. There's 3 trucks right there on the bottom side, and that top lane's just trying to roll a little bit better. But they're really squirrely right now. Be careful doing that. You don't want to push. You know, you're seeing guys who haven't really been up at the front here all night. You know, some guys are going to be comfortable working with others, and some who haven't worked with any of them all night long, they're not going to be as comfortable.
And some of those drivers include Ron Hunter going to the lead on the outside lane with a push by Duval, the birthday boy. Also, you've got Brian Reynolds in the mix behind Raz. Other names you mentioned are like Carl Burke, Casey Garber, Ron Hunter, 22, 1-5 Studios, 22 to the lead as they work halfway here in Talladega.
Yeah, still side by side down the Alabama gang super stretch. Ron Hunter continuing to lead right now. He's got about a car length gap over Raz there on the bottom side of the racetrack. You see for the folks viewing at home, some of those playoff guys starting to make their way back up towards the front after that first big wreck. Right now, we're coming to about 49 laps to go this time by. There's still 2x2 for the race lead off forward.
Okay, Jason. So now we are going to give you the full field rundown here at halfway, and we'll let you know that as we watch these trucks battle 4 in a row, 2x2 behind them. It's Ron Hunter now the leader. BJ Duvaldo threatening. He's moved to second. Cole Raz on the inside to third. Clifford, Toby Ritters, what a run for Clifford. The big red machine, 23, is up to third. He's now fighting with also Cole Raz, Ritters, Reynolds, top 5, Garber, Burke, O'Hare, King, Moore, the top 10. Halfway through the field, and then Jason will give you the rest of the pack. It includes Ryan Bloom, Kevin Smith, Devin West, and Troy Daggett. By the way, he is the last truck on the lead lap.
Yeah, 14 trucks so far on the lead lap. First one lap down, and 15th, who turned himself earlier on, Aaron Cooper, that's 71. He's 15th right now, rounding out the top 15. 16th is Paul Newton. 17th is Jeff Stabnow. 18th is Frank Harris. 19th is Dan West Jr. 20th is Sean Breitzman. 21st is Steve Paulison. 22nd, John Ottenbacher. 23rd, Dan Lother. James Vining in 24th. Gary Nichols in 25th. Tyler Kim in 26th. And Brett Johnson is there in 7th. Right now, these guys are up in front. They're just trying to make headway here as we're just a little bit past halfway, but everybody doing a great job so far. You
did great. You did great, Jason, except it's Dan Lowther in truck number 63. Wow. Dan Lowther in that truck. Oh, and by the way, here's something to think about. Look about 5 positions behind the leaders. Truck, yellow, 71. Aaron Cooper, 1 lap down. First truck, by the way, if the caution was to come out, he would get the free pass to come back to the lead, or unless he's the cause of it, because he about got loose going into turn number 1 as he makes a dive move to the outside lane. Raz, Hunter, Reynolds, Duval, Burke, all this going on as they work off 2.
Yeah, I was just about to say, though, Paul Newton is actually right behind him, and right now it's saying that on our back right now, it looks like Aaron Cooper is actually on the lead lap. Don't know if that's a scoring error, but if not, Aaron Cooper and Paul Newton are battling for this lucky dog. You see Paul Newton there right on the bottom. He's about the second to last truck right there with the PN on that Ford off turn number 4. So those two are probably battling right now for the lucky dog as they work their way into the tri-oval.
Yeah, Aaron Cooper is, I was thinking he was a lap down, but he's right there within all that race traffic, and I don't know how he can be on the lead lap and be all the way in 15th position. And I have just been informed that there is a score error there. He is a lap down, so he is the truck a lap down. He is fighting, though. And by the way, mind you, as he works the back straightaway, Jason, that just shows you how strong his truck is, even though he's a lap down on lap 55.
Yeah, he's doing a great job right now, but like I said, he's got a battle with Paul Newton right now for that lucky dog position, and they're both about to get side by side here, but there's some lap traffic up ahead of them. You know, they got to be careful. These guys up in front, they have to be able to maneuver around that lap traffic here as they're reeling them in here off forward of the tri-oval.
Yeah, they certainly are as the field works back through the tri-oval, back to start finish. Inside of the racetrack, Cole Raz, the leader. Stays to the bottom. Hunter is following up on the outside. Nice organized battle, and here comes some trucks a lap down or more. Slow traffic up in this mix. Here comes Dan West Jr. going to stick it 3 wide with a lap truck on the outside out of 2.
Yeah, some of these guys who were going a lap down, they were drivers who were up at the front earlier. You know, I mean, you had Sean Brightsman, he just went another lap down. Dan West Jr., he went another lap down. All drivers who are either playoff contenders or were drivers who were contending for the race lead at one point. Just goes to show you that nobody, and I mean absolutely nobody, is safe here at Talladega.
Not done yet. Here they come. Back off into the corner. Start-finish line. Lap number 56 goes up on the board. 57 is the lap they're working now. As Ron Hunter, 1-5 Studios double deuce. And remember, Jason, he had a problem earlier in the race. He now powers to the lead in the 22.
Yeah, doing a great job, and he just got up into the wall almost there with looked like to be BJ Duvall and Mr. Birthday Boy up there, and they're almost about to get put 3 wide. The 71 tried to make a move down to the bottom, and now him and the 27 of Paul Newton, they're both side by side battling for that lucky dog. Interesting though, but that move up to the outside lane off turn 2, that shuffles up everything now as the bottom rolls here in the tri-oval.
Coming up on some more lap traffic up on the outside lane. They say, have at it, boys. He stays out of harm's way. As the pack now going single file, the first 3 trucks, then they're 2 by 2 by 2 behind them as they work their way back at speed into turn number 1. Now lap number 57 flashes on the scoreboard. 43 to go if you're keeping up with the countdown. Audenbacher, what might have been his truck was strong. He's now a lap down again on the bottom of the apron as the leaders battle side by side off 2.
Side by side, 2 by 2 by 2, etc. Down the back straightaway, battling for the race lead. Ron Hunter being pushed by BJ Duvall there, going towards the front now with Cole Raz still up on the bottom. For those drivers just continuing to push. You got to put something like in here for pushing too aggressive. Hopefully it doesn't happen though.
A little pushing, little shoving, little gouging now, but I think right now they realized, okay, we've seen a lot of wrecks here. It's time to ride and drive. This is the time to do it. Maybe they were listening to us during the LSRTV mid-race report, because that's exactly what I emphasized is you got a long way to go. But first win the race, you must first finish. We have wadded up a lot of trucks here. All this going on off turn number 2 and still them side by side for the lead, but keeping plenty of distance from each other as well.
Yeah, that's a great point, actually, Wesley. With these trucks, you actually want to kind of create as much distance as you can, but still be close enough to provide runs and give a little bit of a push little pushes at a time to the guy up in front of you. You know, you don't want to create too big of a gap, because then when you get to the driver in front, that can just create, a stack up for the guys behind you. But just little pushes at a time. Keep your cool. Still a while to go here as they head into the trial. So far, doing a great job at pushing.
A little pushing, little shoving, little gouging back across the line. Another lap on the board. 41 to go. Our clock is now in countdown mode. Working now lap 60 next time by. Leaders work off the corner. We're about halfway through, or we are halfway through this race. We're getting ready for the second half of the event. Closing in on this 266 miles. If you're doing the math, at least 133 have been completed. Leaders going to turn number 3 again, with Ron Hunter and Cole Raz continuing to battle for those spots. Welcome to coverage of iRacing on LSRTV. Jason Rockefeller, I'm Wesley Outland. Stormy night in the broadcast booth in Texas, but Charles Bruton is soldiering on thanks to Rocket Media, and all of this taking place for round number 8. The championship round of 8, round 2 in the playoffs. Already is Stephen O'Hare, winner, going to Homestead. Who will be joining them? Right now, no playoff drivers until you get to the back where Dan West Jr. is. And he's another lap down truck as they go off 2 there, Jason.
Yeah, oh my goodness, all these guys. Yeah, I just realized that a lot of these playoff guys aren't even up here. And if they are, they're a lap down. Oh my goodness. I mean, the only one here that I could see, like you said, I believe is the 55, but you see Tyler King, he's up there. He was -1 coming into tonight's race. He's
Dennis Moore.
And yeah, Dennis Moore as well, too.
I mean, a lot of these guys, they're just trying to keep their heads on their head. I mean, so far, crazy race here tonight at Talladega. I have no words almost, but as the laps wind down, it's going to get crazy towards the end of this race.
Just checked time and scoring, and it updated here, by the way. Stephen O'Hare, winner, by the way, at Vegas, already in at Homestead. He is the top playoff truck on track right now in 6th. Tyler King is behind him, along with Dennis Moore, Ryan Bloom, Kevin Smith, the top 11. Those are your playoff contenders down the back straightaway.
Yeah, if you're one of these playoff drivers in the middle of this mix, even if you're a lap down, please, if I was your crew chief, team owner, whoever I may be, I'd be telling you, listen, hey, bud, don't be pushing too hard. Tell the guy behind you, hey, man, don't push me too hard either, because you still got 39 laps to go, coming to 38. You don't want to wreck your stuff right now, because, I mean, this race has determined so many playoff guys' chances to run for a championship, and so far you've seen a lot of drivers get taken out here tonight.
Yeah, this has certainly been an interesting race as the leaders work their way back off into the corner. It's Ron Hunter making the outside work. Remember in the Cup race on Monday, they wouldn't go to the outside. They stayed up to the bottom of the speedway below the double yellow line. They work off 2. Raz and Hunter going at it now, and they're about to go 3 wide again, it looking like.
Yeah, Dan West, he looked like he was going to try to pull 3 wide. Easily decided, hey, I'm going to tuck back in line, but they're still double wide there up at the front of the field right now with Cole Raz and Fire Reynolds right now up at the front of the field here as they battle into 3 and 4.
A lot of unorganization happening here as these trucks are getting a little disturbed. Inside, outside, working to the top, working to the bottom. Raz will work and throw the block on Hunter. He'll stay to the inside. Hunter nowhere to go. Duval has impressed me. What a way he could win on his, I think his 32nd birthday, if you will. Pull it off. The driver of the 85, all this working as they come off of turn number 2 with Raz leading on the bottom.
Yeah, BJ would be awesome to see him get a win on his birthday. I will say, I do have some birthday driver win in my broadcasting career here on iRacing. I had a driver back when I was over at Burke Rubber Productions LLC. I had a driver win on his birthday after making one of the greatest comebacks I've ever seen at Rockingham. And I will say, BJ, the odds could be in your favor here as this race progresses throughout the remainder of the night. He very well could be in victory lane at the end of this one.
Yeah, BJ Duval celebrated his birthday yesterday. And a big happy birthday to that driver again. A lot of all this taking place right now as, again, we watch all these drivers somehow, some way, keeping it organized. 28, by the way, 28 years old. Boy, oh boy, to be I'm hitting 40. To be 28 again and know what I know now.
Yeah, I mean,
all this happening as they go to turn 3.
I just turned 21
y'all make me feel old.
September. Man, I feel old myself, but I can just imagine.
You barely got away with that. You barely got away with the Crown Jack and Coke line. Then you're just.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just old enough to start drinking. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
35 to go. Good save there. 35 laps to go. As Ron Hunter is still the leader down to the inside. Raz on the bottom. I don't know, Jason, is it just you to the back straightaway? Does it seem like the outside lane is just working better in the corners, but the bottom of the racetrack is faster off the straightaways?
Yeah, I talked about it actually just a little bit earlier. The bottom lane here at Talladega, they roll a lot better into the corner and heading off, but once you hit that exit, that outside lane, because of the more progressive banking up at the top of that racetrack, it just flies. You're like, it's like if you got shot out of cannon. As long as that top side is formed up well out of the corner, you'll see right here for the fans viewing at home. Raz is going to pull that bottom out a little bit, but off the corner. Look at the run that Ron Hunter pulls with the outside lane. It's just dominant down the straightaways, but in the corner, bottom lane is more dominant.
He certainly is. Watching them come back again across the line, back to start finish. 35 laps to go. We are watching him go back off into the corner. Look at now Raz on the inside. Hunter protects the top. Duval is his wingman. He is his Maverick and Goose. his Romeo and Juliet, his Bonnie and Clyde, ride or die. He is there. And I know I mentioned some females in those terms, but I'm just saying that's the way he's going. He follows wherever he goes in the 3 there, Jason.
Yeah, but Ron Hunter keeps actually drifting up to the outside lane down the back straightaway. It's kind of hurting their momentum in order to try to push forward with the momentum that they carry off the corners. If I were Ron Hunter, try to just hold your line a little bit. I mean, because you really are hurting the guys behind you. That's why you're not able to pull as good of a gap on that bottom side. So if I were Ron, try to hold the line just a little bit better and kind of like get right to the door full Raz on the corners.
Oh, and by the way, I forgot the most important one of all, and we're even here at Talladega. John Gerard and Ricky Bobby, by the way, as well. John Gerard, Ricky Bobby, or if you will, Cal Naughton. He's my best friend. This shake and bake time. We're coming up on the top of the hour. We'll pause for 10 seconds of radio identification. This is the playoffs of the Northwest Racing Series on the Community Radio Network.
Community Radio Network, WCRN 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA. We are CRN.
Well, you saw it in less than 10 seconds, and there's a new leader of the race, the birthday boy. 28-year-old B.J. Duvall left. Hunter hung to dry on the outside lane, and he now goes to the lead, leading Raz with lap trucks in the way as they go to turn number 1. Welcome back. 32 laps to go here at Talladega. I am Wesley Outland. Jason Rockefeller is on the back straightaway, and they are coming to you at full song again.
Yeah, BJ, he was heading into turn 3. He said, I'm done riding behind Ron Hunter. He went right down to the bottom, but right now they're battling for the race lead here down the back straight. Ron Hunter a little sideways. He'll go down to the bottom with the 71 pushing him here. Oh my goodness, so slicing and dicing talking about it. They're playing some Fruit Ninja, it looks like, up here at the front of the field.
They are gouging and they are blocking. There's a lot of blocking going on right now as they work their way back across the racetrack. 31 laps to go. Talladega, round of 8 playoffs, round number 2. Stephen O'Hare won at Vegas last week. He's going to Homestead. No playoff driver up in the front except for now Tyler King, who is in 7th. Dennis Moore behind him. He's behind this Chaos and Mayhem off 2 with the leader Hunter again.
Yeah, Hunter was able to maintain that race lead even after B.J. Duvall went to the bottom and ditched him. I'm kind of surprised. And now these guys both have 2 totally separate trucks pushing them. So I wonder how that's going to affect the momentum of this bottom and outside lane here as we're coming to just 30 laps to go now. Crazy to think that just a handful of laps ago we were caution fest after caution fest, and here we are now. Some great racing, as I almost say that. Ron Hunter almost got turned around. But so far, Ron Hunter maintains the lead here in the Tri-Oval.
And the thing you got to remember is the 71 of Aaron Cooper. He is a truck that is a lap down. If the caution was to come out, unless he's a part of the caution or the cause of the caution, he would get the free pass to get back on the lead lap. But by the way, though, Jason, he might do that manually as he is 1 truck away. He passes Ron Hunter. He is back on the lead lap.
Yeah, that would be awesome for him to get past him. But, I mean, if you're these guys, you don't want a lap truck getting in the mix. But, compared to most, oval or, road course races, this is Talladega. These guys who go a lap down, they'll try to slot in line as quick as they can when they're a lap down because they want to be able to maintain the draft, not lose any more time. Because we've seen it's like if you're a single car truck out here at Talladega riding around, that pack behind you or in front of you, they'll catch you like you put on the brakes and like they're a freight train coming.
30 laps to go. Cross the start-finish line now. Hunter on the bottom. That is the yellow 71 of, again, Aaron Cooper. A lap down, trying to get back on the lead lap. But then you got Raz separating the leaders. Outside lane not formed yet, led by another lap down truck of Dan West Jr. off 2.
Yeah, Dan West Jr. just leading up on that outside lane. He's trying to get back towards the front of the field. He's only a lap down too, so this is still the battle. Talking about the battle for the lead, Wesley, we're having a battle for the, for the lucky dog right now here out of turn 4.
The battle for the free pass, mind you. Lucky Dog hasn't been using God knows how long as here comes green flag pit stops on the binders. Garber Here comes Reynolds. Here comes Raz. They are pitting on pit road on lap 72 with 28 laps to go.
Yeah, this is
So
going to be
pit
interesting
stops
to
happening.
see what drivers are going to be able to take some tires here. They're probably just going to take gas more than likely, but you're going to see different drivers pairing with other drivers here. I wouldn't be surprised though now that these guys just pitted if that big pack up front comes into pit road next time by.
They were given 4 sets of tires, 3 extra sets, and then the set of that was on the truck at the drop of the green. Tailgate to tailgate now. These trucks exit off the pit lane. That was Raz. That was also Jack Daniels, number 12 of Brian Reynolds, and all that goes on now is Dan West Jr. is battling to get back on the lead lap now. He has cleared by the leader of Carl Burke, who is now the leader behind Ron Hunter. As they come to the line, storming through the Geico restart zone, flashing across the flag stand. 27 laps to go. Here's something to be mindful of, though, buddy. They are going to have to pit. Question is, when? And did they get the undercut, those 3 trucks that just pitted before?
Yeah, it's kind of really just depending on who you had coming to the pit road, how good you executed it, and especially your drive off, if you're able to group up really quickly. But, I mean, the bigger pack, yeah, it's kind of hard to form, but, if you have that larger pack, you're going to go significantly more faster than those other guys who came in. It was just those 3 trucks. So we'll see what happens here as time progresses on for the remainder of the race.
We just saw more trucks coming down to the pit lane. That included Ryan Bloom, Toby Ritters, Casey Garber still in. Looks like Paul Newton, Troy Daggett. All of these trucks. Ritters just pitting. All of these trucks. Kevin Smith, Tyler King, all pitting just a moment ago. There's Stephen O'Hare now. He's in the number 6 spot. So I'm thinking right now, unofficially, the top 6 trucks yet have pitted. And the 2 lap trucks as well of Dan West Jr., who is in front of the leader of Carl Burke. And all this going on, they go into turn number 3.
Yeah, right now they're just going to try, ride around, see what they can do. Dan West Jr., he wants to ride, stay out as long as possible, hope for a caution, because right now he is trapped a lap down as we speak. 53 of Carl Burke's just riding around right now. Got 71 there. He's trying to battle with the 55 of Dan West Jr. for the, you said it hadn't been used in a long time, but I'm going to use it. Old Aaron's lucky dog. That's what they're trying to go for right now. Just 25 laps to go, but all Carl Burke up in front of the field.
25 laps to go. Let's give you your full field rundown before the checkered flag here now, as green flag pit stops have continued here, cycling around. Carl Burke is the leader now. BJ Duvall, the birthday boy, in second, right there with him. 24 spots for Burke, 25 for Duvall. Ron Hunter has finally dropped onto the pit lane, giving up 3rd. Devin West 4th. Dennis Morris 5th. Stephen O'Hare 6th. Kevin Smith 7th. Tyler King is 8th. Cole Raz is 9th. Ryan Bloom is 10th. Toby Ritters 11th. Aaron Cooper back on the lead lap. No correction, still a lap down. Dan West Jr., though, gets back on the lead lap. But I think he got one of his laps back, if you mind you. I think he might be a lap down. That is Jeff Stabnow is now 1 lap down. As time and scoring continues to update, that is your halfway through the field with 24 laps to go. Jason will take you the rest of the way.
Yeah, right there you got Dan West Jr. 14th, Paul Newton 15th, Frank Harris 16th, Brian Reynolds 17th, Casey Garber 18th, Troy Daggett 19th, Stephen Paulson there in 20th, Sean Breitzman 21st, John Ottenbacher 22nd, Tyler Kim in 23rd, Dan Lowther in 24th, James Vining in 25th, Gary Nichols 26th, and Brett Johnson 27th. Now here as we're coming down, 23 laps to go at Talladega.
I got to ask this question for our producer, Charles. I don't know if there's any way possible that you can show us a track map on the screen to kind of give a description of how all of these trucks are tailgate to tailgate in some parts of the racetrack, but then in other parts of the speedway, they are just scattered all around this 2.66 mile super speedway here at Talladega. I don't know if there's a way we can get that or not, but that would be a great I understand. We didn't spring for the package to have the track map package. Okay. Well, anyhow, the best way to describe it, Jason, with 23 laps to go as the leaders work their way back into the corner, is there is basically 5 trucks right there, the leaders and lap trucks of Dan West Jr. and Aaron Cooper. The leader again is still the driver, Carl Burke. They've not pitted yet. Then you've got back on back. Then you got a whole bunch of distance with these trucks that are, by the way, in front of the leaders that are trying to run them down. And mind you, Jason, that is for 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th right there. Crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, the top 2 have completely pulled away. You know, they're 38, almost 39 seconds ahead of 3rd place Dennis Moore right now. As you see, here comes the 53 and the 85
Burke
coming
in.
down pit road. Here we go.
Yep. Carl Burke is in. BJ Duvall is in. So is also the 2 lap down trucks of Aaron Cooper or Dan West Jr. They are coming in. Money stop time. 22 to go. You want to have a flawless pit stop.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, right there, BJ Duvall did not really have exactly a
Frank
clean
Harrison
execution there coming in. He looks like he just kind of was just very slow, stopped in the wrong box, moved up a little bit. I think they're definitely going to lose more than enough time here. They're going to lose this lead draft here off the corner, or not off the corner, but off pit road here, but they're away.
Yeah, all this transpiring now as the leaders will work their way back again to start finish. As there you see Duvall coming back on track. Also, you got to remember, they just can't storm onto the high banks of Talladega after pitting. They caution or green flag runs. They have to stay below the yellow line and come up to the cone that is the blend line cone. Once they pass that blue, oh, look out, Duvall. I thought he was going to lose it there. He was really frantically spinning the tires, coming back on to the back straightaway where the blend line cone was, and what a save he made of the back straightaway there, Jason.
Yeah, out of the corner, you want to be easy getting up on that transition. I mean, from the apron all the way, because half of the apron is flat and the other half is starting to get progressively banked because of the uprising with the banking. He just kind of got his right sides on part where it starts to become an embankment, and then the other side of the truck, the left side tires were on that flat part, so that's what caused them to get loose. You know, you just kind of really want to be having your right sides right on that double yellow line coming off pit road, and you want to go full throttle, but good save by him for sure here as we're just under 20 laps to go.
Yeah, it is, buddy. I'll tell you what, 20 laps in, 80 laps are completed, and ready to bring this one on home for a midnight snack, if you will. Oh, look at them. Look at this going on, man. Tyler, look at Kim now. This is Kim's truck battling now with Duvall. Duvall is on the lead lap in 10th. And finally, Kim will say, okay, buddy, you take it. You have it. Got to remember, Jason, he got all the way up in that Toyota number 85 to the 2nd position before the 2nd attempt of the restart in a green-white checker. And the clock ran out on the 2-hour race time limit in the Cup race. And what happens to him coming into turn number 3? Crash, bang, boom, splat, pow. Race ended for Duvall. Close to winning this race. And again, just coming up shy. Right now, he sits in that number 2 position as he works off the back straightaway with under 20 to go at Talladega.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, he's definitely going to need a caution now as he's almost about 16 seconds, 15 and a half right now, and tracking further back from the race leaders. But it's tightened up a little bit at the front. Dennis Moore, Stephen O'Hare, Kevin Smith, all back up at the front of the field now. You got to race for the win here. Just with another 19 laps to go. We're going to head back to the front of the field here in just a second. But so far, these guys, it's crunch time, man. Almost crunch time, at least. I know if it's midnight snack time.
Yeah, it looks like Tyler Kim is now mirror driving to get up under the 85 again of Duvall. Here's the good thing. One truck alone is disastrous in a draft. Got 2, 3, 4, 5, much better, but at least he's got that helper in Tyler Kim. You might think he's being aggressive, but he's actually trying to give him some bump draft assist working off the back straightaway. But there's got to be a lot of turbulence there between those trucks.
Yeah, Kim is definitely under horsepower. I believe the 85 is as well, possibly, but Kim is definitely underpowered. The only thing that's keeping him with the 85 is that draft. We saw when the 85 was back behind him that, he just couldn't really get anywhere around him, because of how slow he was. So he just pulled out, and then the 30 took it back with him. But the 85 just probably hoping for a caution. He's almost 20 seconds back from the leader here with just under 17 to go.
Hey, we got another live weather update here in Wichita Falls, Texas. Take a look at the screen live. Look at this. It is coming, and it is coming in a hurry. Hopefully we can get this race in before the weather hits. We're zooming in on the weather for the live sim racing broadcast coverage. The green dots is lightning. The blue dots on the screen is hell. I don't know if there's a way you can put it in stationary mode and move it in animation, but I don't know if you can do that or not. But basically, here you go. Asking you shall receive, Wesley. 17 to go. All of that nasty weather, holy cow, is working its way. This is within the last couple of hours, moving its way in to Wichita Falls, Texas, our live sim racing Rocket Media headquarters. God bless you, Charles. Be safe, my friend. Katie, bar the door. Yeah, man. Make sure you got your. We'll have a quick post-race show. That's for sure. Get them off the air fast. Why are we just showing Duval and Kim? Let's go back and pick up the leader, Dennis Moore, as Dennis Moore is now the man out in front. The 44. Stephen O'Hare in second. Look at this. Hey, remember with 15 to go, Jason, that we mentioned the fact that all the playoff contenders are way, way, way in the back? That might have been smart to play possum, because now the playoff contenders are up in the front and they're ready to rock the house here in Talladega with 15 to go.
Yeah, the first 4 trucks up there. If you wanted to count the beginning of the playoffs, you could count Cole Raz as a playoff truck. As you see the 44 get really loose there. He got a push from the 41 there of Stephen O'Hare. He'll easily let him back in line. I would do the same thing.
Our teammates.
Yeah, 4 trucks.
Our teammates.
All up in the front. Yeah, they're teammates. So good on them to keep an eye out for, or keep a lookout for each other here as the laps wind down. But yeah, you're right.
Listen to this. Dennis Moore, Stephen O'Hare, Kevin Smith, Tyler King, and Ryan Bloom, one truck behind Cole Raz, are all teammates to Beaver State Racing More Speed and American Touch-Up. So in some shape or form, they are going to work with each other. And mind you, Stephen O'Hare won the race at Vegas. Does he want to win and sweep Talladega, Jason, or does he want to return the favor and let one of his comrades go to Homestead to race for the championship 4?
I mean, if I were Stephen O'Hare, heck, I'm selfish. I'd go for the win. You want as many wins as you can have. But, I mean, if he wants to, we talked about all year, these guys want to try to help out their teammates. A lot of guys, I'll give these guys all here in the Truck Racing League, these guys all are real team players when it comes down to their teammates. So if I were Stephen O'Hare, personally, I'd go for the win. But him being him, I think he's probably going to push that 44 to victory and try to throw a couple blocks, 1 or 2, maybe more here at the end of this race if they're still up front. But you never know. We've seen before in the past, whether it be Talladega or any other place, teammates tend to tangle as races wind down. It's a factor that could happen here as the race progresses the remainder of it.
Countdown clock is, of course, by the way, running out here. I just want to let you know, by the way, also, I'm trying to keep up with the, let's see here. Oh, back across the line. Trying to keep up with what is we have 26 minutes to go is what I was looking for. 12 laps to go. 12 to go as the leaders work off 1 and 2, and they're blocking again. 26 minutes remain in sim time. And we got trouble. Tyler King in the wall. Raz gets slammed into the safer wall barrier. Trouble on the back straightaway. Caution out. 5th time. Talladega. Yellow flag off turn number 2. Had a feeling it was happening, and it broke loose there, Jason. We knew it was coming.
Oh, yeah. It was coming for sure. I mean, and I can sit here. I can tell you for sure that second you're going to see this move here in just a second by the 41 of O'Hare. You'll see right there. Right there. That move right there alone with the push from Kevin King to the outside lane, trying to lay off back up the field, gets them all stacked up. Kevin King tried to go to the middle.
So you're exactly right.
21. Oh, what?
Whoa.
Oh, my goodness. And Raz
my. We got to go on board.
Oh, no. He got plowed into there.
We got to go on board with Cole Raz. We got to go on board with Cole Raz. Number 10, extended, replay. And again, it's an accordion effect. Watch the 41, 2 trucks in front of the 10's truck. He threw a block to cut someone off because Stab Now was coming. And then look at this. Ran out of room. There's that truck. It bottlenecks everybody. Accordion effect. Hang on, 10. Hang 10. Hang 10. Listen. No. Oh, look out.
That's your worst nightmare. That's your worst nightmare as a driver, seeing that.
Oh, wait a minute. Who the hell was just flying through the air in the back straightaway? Who was, was that Ritters? Oh, we got to go on board with Ritters now. Sorry, Clifford. James Thurston says, rest in peace, Cole Raz. You might want to see what happened to Toby Ritters also. The Budweiser King of Beers Thunder Road entry looked so good. Nowhere to go. Yeah, nowhere to go. Let's go on board.
Oh, boy,
here
we go.
Brian Bloom. Take a listen to this. Watch this.
He can't see nothing until right there. Oh, my goodness. Oh, no. He couldn't see anything until that one truck up in front of him pulled down to the inside lane. And he probably had to change his pamper.
What was that famous quote from Days of Thunder that Cole Trickle told Harry Hyde? Oh, Rowdy was spinning across the track. The rule is you go straight forward. So I never took my foot off the gas. He should have been gone by the time I got there. Oh, I'm sorry. I love that movie. Man, but he wasn't. Man, but he wasn't.
Change my tires.
What?
Change my tires.
Hey, while we're still under a caution, I want you to go back out on that track and hit the pace car. Hit the pace car. Hit the pace car. What for? Because you hit the other GD thing out there. I want you to be perfect. And by the way, a lot of people don't know this, but the movie Days of Thunder was based off of real NASCAR driver Tim Richmond and the relationship that he had with Rick Hendrick. Hence, by the way, City Chevrolet in the car in the movie 46, as well as Superflow, sponsors back then as well. And in addition to that, Jason, Harry Hyde was a real crew chief with Tim Richmond, with Rick Hendrick. Of course, that was Harry Hogg.
Oh, yeah.
Harry Hogg and Harry Hyde. Those are the names. They just flip them around.
Not to mention the fact, too, that the rivalry between Rowdy Burns and Cole Trickle also resembled Dale Earnhardt and Jeff Bodine. Interesting fact there. So, I love Days of Thunder. Personally, one of my favorite racing movie. For anybody who's a movie fan, I will say Rush is my favorite racing movie. If you haven't seen Rush, I believe it's still on Netflix. Check it out. Great film. Absolutely love it.
Yeah. You know what, man? I'm just, a lot of people are kind of, they were at COTA, Circuit of the Americas this past weekend. Formula One was, and Max Verstappen, again, he's already locked up the championship in Formula One. 2 races left to go. He dominated at COTA, but I thought it was so crazy to see. Oh, Dennis Morris, he's mocking us. Go down the track and hit the pace car.
Oh, he just did.
I think we're gonna black flag the 44. We might have to get a hold of race control here. I think that's
that
a
bumper gets
pass-through.
any loose, Dennis, they're going to black flag you. Let him go by. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, and it will be under 10 laps to go. 9 to be exact. It'll be 8 remaining when they come back to the Geico restart zone. Well, here you go now. Let's throw the race summary up there now after 5 caution flags. 5 cautions, 11 caution laps, 37 lead changes of the race. That is only counting what is at start-finish line. My goodness, there has been a plethora of lead changes around the racetrack, though, also. A plethora of lead changes throughout the pack as well, Jason, seriously.
Oh, yeah, we've been in for a treat here tonight. Besides all the wrecks that are on, everybody's been playing different strategy. You got these 2 drivers. Teammates Dennis Moore and Stefan O'Hare up here at the front. Hopefully they don't cause another incident like the last caution we have. But, I mean, if you're these guys, you got to try to hook up together as quick as possible. If you're Dennis Moore, take the green flag, maybe let Stefan O'Hare in, or, try to get a good enough gap. Tell Stefan, when you're going, and have him jump down so they're able to push each other. But a lot of these guys, they're going to be on the gas. No break here coming to the restart zone.
9 trucks on the lead lap, by the way. Paul Newton, position number 9. Jeff Stabnow got a lap back. He is 1 lap down, along with Aaron Cooper. Everyone else is multiple laps down as we get ready to settle it here at Talladega. They call me Talladega. Here we go. Ready to see what these boys can do. 8 laps to go when they come back to the Geico restart zone. It is all top 4 of More Speed Beaver State Racing. Moore O'Hare front row, Bloom and Smith behind them, and don't count out Tyler King. Even though he just wrecked a moment ago, he's right back on the lead lap in position number 7, and we're in single digits. Green flag back in the air. It's Moore. He'll get a pull away, breaks away. King will follow. Bloom now gets there. So does Smith. It's the teammates working off turn 2 with 8 to go.
Yeah, but those 4 trucks, Wesley, off turn number 2, they're going to get passed here by these other trucks coming with a head of steam. They know it's go time. You see some shuffling down the back straightaway. Here comes Ryan Bloom to the outside lane. He tries to make it now 2 wide down the back straightaway. Last car there on the grid in the playoffs. He's going for a win at Talladega as they're side by side in the middle of 3 and 4 with just 8 laps to go.
It'll be 7 to go when they come to the line. It's Moore to the inside. Outside lane is Bloom. He's not caught. Carl Burke helping him up on the outside. Devin West is there. Here comes O'Hare. Smith also in that mix. Single file coming to the line. Contact made. Bloom, Burke holds it together. They're off into turn number 1 and 2. They're going to go 3 wide. Burke in the middle. They run each other up the track. West with a save. O'Hare bounces off and turn. Dennis Moore gets into O'Hare. Contact. O'Hare in the wall. Carl Burke is upside down. All of this happening now. And Kevin Smith is the new leader as the caution comes out. Teammates, friends, all out the window with 7 to go here at Talladega.
What did I just witness?
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Dennis Moore had something like this happen on Monday. Look at this. Devin West already turned the wreck. This is actually a multi-truck accident as Dennis Moore and Bloom got together. Almost the entire cavalry has just wrecked again. And I believe I saw Carl Burke flip. We're going to go on board with him. He has a blown engine. He might be out. Wow. My, oh my.
I wanted to take a look at the race leaders there heading into turn 1 because I think that was honestly just a racing incident. I don't really think that was anybody's fault. I mean, yeah, race leader Bloom, he could have given a little bit more room, but at the same time, I think the 41 or the 44 came up a little bit.
There's the contact.
Forward.
And look at, oh man, he hooked the left rear.
Bam!
Oh, wow. And there's Duval, the birthday boy, wrecked again. Oh,
yeah, I want to see if we can get a replay here
here's
on
my
the
thing. here's my thing, and we can go on board with a 44 maybe of Dennis Moore, because this will tell the tale. And I don't mean to call anybody out, because I know they're teammates and I know you're wanting to win. But that shot to the left rear, it might have just been a little too early, because this is exactly what happens. Look at him run him down. All the chaos is behind him. He got the left rear, and he never lifted. And then this causes calamity behind them.
Yeah, but see,
Wow.
the thing is here at Talladega, you got to be really careful doing that. I mean, I honestly don't really blame the 44 for sticking his nose in there and not laying off. I mean, the 21, Ryan Bloom just kind of just left
The
door
25,
open.
Ryan Bloom, yeah.
Yeah, Ryan Bloom in the 25 just left the door open completely for the 44 to stick his nose in there. I mean, and honestly, the 44 came up just a little bit, but Ryan Bloom also came down. So honestly, both at fault for that incident right there that could have easily been avoided. But these guys want to win. We've already seen it here tonight with the amount of trucks that we've had get taken out. These guys want to win here so bad. They know it's a huge opportunity to try to get into the next round of the playoffs to compete for a title at Homestead. And just in general, if you're not even a playoff guy, a race victory.
By the way, 5 laps to go here at Talladega and 15 minutes remaining also on the countdown clock of the race scheduled distance. Monday night's race in a second attempt of overtime got called, okay? They came to the green flag. They were not able to take the checkered flag. The white flag became the checkered flag on a restart because of the time expiring. James Thurston, I was trying to say plethora, and that is a real word. Look it up in the dictionary or Google it. Not now, Google, hush. Oh, this phone of mine. Does your phone do that, Jason? Have you trained it?
No, I have the Apple. So if I say a certain name that spells out SIRI, it'll.
Hey, Siri.
Yeah.
Is your girlfriend in
Hey,
bed
Siri,
yet behind
what's
you,
the
or is she still awake?
She
you go.
is currently still awake. She is reading
yeah.
a book all about classic rock history right now. Because she
There
is
you
a
go.
classic,
Hey.
Yeah, she's a classic music fanatic. She loves Bob Dylan, a bunch of
Yeah.
other guys. She's taught me a lot about music for sure. Opened up my horizons. Oh, I know you love
I like Bob
Dylan.
Dylan too. I love Bob. Yeah, Bob Dylan is one of my mentors I worked with for many years at MAV TV and Speed 51. But yeah, Bob Dylan, man, awesome singer. Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. Does she want to be like a DJ, radio DJ one day, or does she just like the history of music?
She loves the history of music. She right now she writes for if anybody wants to go out and check it out, check out some of her articles. Gianna Lashley Nicholas is her name. She writes for pitboxpress.com. They publish a bunch of racing stuff. She just did a piece recently with Carson Hocevar where she sat down and texted with him about his career. She did one about how mental health has been impacted by racing. She's talked to Christian Eckes, Myan Snyder, a bunch of different things. So if you're interested, go check out pitboxpress.com. Check out Gianna.
All my friends.
Yeah. Well,
All
yeah,
my friends. Worth
boy.
noting,
Man.
half the entire field has been taken out. We only got 13 of the 27 entries on the racetrack. I don't know if that's a good number, a bad omen. We've got, let's see here. Are they still in regular scheduled distance? I believe they are. No, yes, they are. They're in regular scheduled distance here, so this is going to be a natural attempt at a 3-lap shootout. Lights are off for the pace car. By the way, countdown clock is at 12 minutes. This race is 100 laps or 2-hour time limit, and we are at the final 12 minutes of this event. And if you're Stephen O'Hare, you are looking to sweep the weekend, if you will, at Talladega this week for round of 8, round 2 at Talladega, Jason, like he did in the Cup race on Monday. And back-to-back playoff wins for the American Touch-Up, More Speed, Beaver State, number 41.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see here. And now, he doesn't have the 44 of Dennis Moore right around him. Dennis is all the way back in 7th, so Dennis really has to try to, turn on the jets, you'd say, to try to get back up to the 41 if he really wants to help. But he's got a couple other buddies of his around him. But they're coming to the green flag this time by. If I were these guys, try your best. Keep the truck straight. Hopefully have a good finish here.
Kevin Smith, though, look at him.
7.
Right there in 2nd. He's trying to go for a win. He's going to lock himself into the final 4 if he gets the victory here tonight at Talladega. But they're about to come into the Geico restart zone, Wesley.
Yes, they are. 7 trucks on the lead lap. Everyone else a lap down or more are out. 13 trucks left on the racetrack as the green flag comes back in the air. It's go time at Talladega. Now you get aggressive. Now you try to see what you can do to win. And O'Hare gets the jump on everybody. Whole shot to the 41. Teammate of Smith up on the outside. He's also got some help by Bloom in the 25. Newton on the bottom. Here comes Brian Reynolds in this mix as they work off turn 2.
Yeah, Bloom's just going to be pushing Kevin Smith the hardest he can, saying, hey, man, keep it. But Kevin Smith is going to move down to the bottom. That opens up the door for Ryan Bloom to go to the top. But Bloom has no help right now. The top side of that racetrack. Will anybody go with him? Smith is loose. Smith might lose the lead. No way. Ryan Bloom to the race lead all by himself in the middle of 3 and 4. Put Ryan Bloom to the top of the charts.
And look,
it's going to go at Dega.
And look at Dennis Moore, though. He powers back to the front. 41, Stephen O'Hare on the pit lane. These trucks are pitting. Something wrong with Stephen O'Hare and Tyler King. And we've got trouble wrecking. Ryan Bloom has been crashed. Caution is out. We go to overtime. And believe it or not, Jason, this works out perfectly for Stephen O'Hare and Tyler King. They were on the pit road before the pit closed lights illuminated, displaying pit road closed because of a caution. They're going to be able to make their pit stop and exit back on track.
Yeah, it's interesting. Those guys probably just didn't have enough fuel to make it to the end, but right here, coming into the tri-oval, what happens? The 44 just shoving Ryan Bloom. And they, again, the 44 just hooks them, and the 25 comes up. Those two got into it again.
And by the way, this, Jason, was not a left hook. This was a right hook into the 25. This is shades of what Bubba Wallace did to Kyle Larson at Vegas a couple of weeks ago that led to a 1-week suspension, which really ticked off others that thought he should have been disqualified for the rest of the year. Look at this. Some contact. Goes to the right rear, left rear, right rear. Is he there again? He's got the turn, and he put him in the fence. Oh, my. Oh, wow.
Yeah, definitely questionable call there for sure. I mean, it could have just
I know you want to win. Yes, and I know this is sim racing, but I know you want to win, but man, not only this, here's the deal. I know everybody wants to win, Jason, but those are teammates. And I can't believe that we're seeing teammates drive each other. And I don't know if it's the truck or the draft or the handling or whatever's causing it, but I just cannot believe we're seeing teammates drive each other the way that they are.
I mean, it's Talladega. I'm not really shocked by all this. This is a product of the way that the playoff format, ever since NASCAR introduced it back in 2014, has given us. You got these guys who try to make these, these big game moments. I mean, there's not really else to say. I mean, these guys are going for everything that's on the line, and now Kevin Smith is out there leading.
Can we see this again, by the way, Charles? We're hearing from some other people now. They're saying that the 25 of Ryan Bloom blocked the 44, and that's why Moore got into him. But I don't know if we can see it again. We're going to be under caution for at least 2 more laps. We're going to go into overtime. By the way, clock is at 7 minutes remaining in sim time. I'm just wondering if we could see one more time Dennis Moore and the 25 of Ryan Bloom. Some people are saying that the 25 of Ryan Bloom, Jason, drifted up in front of the 44. from what I've seen, I didn't see that. I saw the right rear get hooked. And you know what? Here's the deal. It doesn't even matter if the 25 threw a block. It's the golden rule of racetrack announcers that announce all over the country, that you tell drivers to race directors all over the country, you never hook anybody in the right rear. It don't matter whether it's NASCAR, iRacing, short tracks across America, dirt or pavement. You just don't hook somebody in the right rear, and we saw that. If it was an accident, then it was an accident, but it was a hard racing move. And here's the thing, by the way, Jason, it took Dennis Moore out also. It took out Ryan Bloom and Dennis Moore. And these are teammates, by the way.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for sure. I mean, honestly, from my vantage point, what I thought I saw is just like it was down in turn 1 with that big caution a few laps ago. You know, I think that the 44 went to the outside. The 25 tried to squeeze him a little bit. And the 44 wasn't going to lift, you know, and he came down a little bit. The 25 came up. Simple racing stuff. You know, it's not nice to, right hook somebody up into the fence. But, you know, it's just another racing deal the way that this product is. You know, you want to try to block as many lanes as possible. Keep those guys behind you, you know. I mean, I don't blame the 25
Can you
for trying
believe
to throw
this?
a block.
I got to throw this out here. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Jason, but I just looked at timing and scoring. Can you believe this? Stephen O'Hare wrecked back in the game in third. Aaron Cooper, the trials and tribulations for a strong truck number 71, in second. Oh, and mind you, Clifford, Toby Ritter's big red machine flew through the air earlier. He is right back in this song and dance, Jason. Last truck on the lead lap in the top 5. Lights are off on the pace car. We are getting ready for a showdown here. That's pretty impressive for guys like O'Hare, Cooper, and, of course, Ritters.
Yeah, I mean, these guys want to try to, finish this race clean. I mean, 5 trucks on the lead lap with all the chaos we've had here tonight after a long night here at the Talladega Superspeedway. I mean, Kevin Smith, like I said earlier, pointing his way into the round of 4 right here at Homestead. Could use a win right here. You know, you got Aaron Cooper. Talked about the trials and tribulations that, he's had to face here tonight. He's back in the game. Stephen O'Hare, last week's winner, he's already advanced, trying to go 2 in a row. Tyler King's up there trying to get a win as well into the next round. Toby Ritter's there trying to make something happen. It's going to be interesting to see here with just 5 trucks on the lead lap. Who's going to win it here? We're half a lap to go until they take the green flag.
By the way, 3.5 minutes remaining in sim time. This could possibly be the restart and the finish of the race. Okay, so listen. This is the first attempt at overtime. 2-hour sim race time. 3 minutes remaining. If the leader takes the white flag, the race is over. They race back to the checker. If they take the green, there is a caution before they come back to the CRN1 to go. Caution's out. We reset. Now, what happened on Monday night is if that happened, the clock expired, Jason, and then they had a 1-lap shootout in the second attempt. Could we see deja vu, history, repeat itself? One spectacular hell of a race tonight here at Talladega. Playoff drivers still in the game. New drivers, hungry drivers, young lions, back in the gas. Green flag inside the Geico restart zone, and it is a 2-lap shootout. Kevin Smith from Walla Walla, Washington will get the whole shot as they'll send him off with Cooper and O'Hare, your top 3, single file. Everybody now joins the conga line. Single file, but how long will that last? They're already starting to get unorganized as they work off 2, Jason.
Yeah, Kevin Smith was a sitting duck right there. He's got Aaron Cooper back behind him, but right now, Stephen O'Hare, he'll go to the race lead, and he's got Aaron Cooper back behind him. You're not Aaron Cooper, I believe that's Tyler King, if I'm not mistaken, or Toby Ritter's, or it's the 12. It's the 12 of Briar Reynolds. Too many lap down trucks can't even comprehend it right now. But they're coming around side by side for the race lead here. Off 2 coming to the white, or off 4 coming to the white.
Here they come off of turn number 4. It's Stephen O'Hare up on the outside. Aaron Cooper's truck off the pace. He'll pull out of line. He has ran out of fuel. Cooper has to pit. Newton has to pit. CRN 1 to go. White flag in the air. This is it at Talladega. Final time in the turn number 1 and 2. It's O'Hare, it's Smith, it's King, it's more speed. Beaver State right now on the podium. Also, Kevin Smith with a lap truck in the mix. Single file for the final time off 2.
Yeah, Kevin Smith's got 2 lap trucks in the middle. He'll go up to the outside lane. These guys are going to try everything they can do to keep behind him. Smith has no help behind him, but he's going to have Stephen O'Hare blocking him as they come into turn 3 for the final time. The trucks at the bottom not contending, but here comes Tyler King using the lap trucks as a pick for 3 and 4 with Stephen O'Hare leading out of 4.
Here they come, storming through the tri-oval, back to start-finish. It's O'Hare. Can you say 1 win? He's going to get accompanied down by Smith. Here comes Reynolds. Lap truck is a mix, is a pick. Here they battle. Kevin Smith gets turned. They crash. They're flipping across the line. It's still going to be Tyler King to win it. Tyler King wins this race as Kevin Smith flips through the air. Tyler King is going to Homestead. He will race for a championship in one of the wildest finishes I've ever called in iRacing. Coming to the line, 3 wide, lap truck on the bottom, Smith in the fence, and still out of nowhere, Tyler King will win the race. Toby Ritters in the best finish of his career, 2nd. Kevin Smith flipping, crashing, upside down will finish 3rd. Stephen O'Hare will finish 4th. Aaron Cooper 5th. Jeff Stabnow, by the way, first truck a lap down, 6th. Brian Reynolds 7th. Steven Paulison, Frank Harris, Dennis Moore, multiple laps down. A hell of a show tonight at Talladega, Jason. Correction, ladies and gentlemen, I am being told Toby Ritters is going to be declared the winner. They are saying Toby Ritters unofficially has won this race. Maybe there was a penalty. Maybe something has changed. Maybe they checked timing and scoring.
Replay here.
They are saying Toby Ritters has won this race. It's unofficial right now. We've got timing and scoring and race control looking into it. A new change in the top 10. Ritter's unofficially the winner. Cooper 2nd, King 3rd, Smith 4th, O'Hare 5th, Stabnow, Reynolds, Paulison, Harrison Moore, the top 10. Trucks multiple laps down, by the way. Only 5 trucks finished on the lead lap, Jason.
Yeah, you had Ryan Bloom there in 11th, unofficially, obviously. Ryan Bloom 11th, Paul Newton 12th, Chump Wrightsman 13th, Devin West 14th, Carl Burke there in 15th, BJ Duvall. Happy belated birthday to him, coming home 16th. Casey Garber 17th, Cole Raz 18th, Ron Hunter. Fortunate break for him after being up the front earlier on, 19th. Dan West Jr. same with him. The 55 truck coming home 20th. Wesley round out the rest of the field.
Rest of the rundown includes Troy Daggett, Tyler Kim, John Ottenbacher, Dan Lowther, James Vining, Gary Nichols, and Brett Johnson. The rundown here. So the conflict of controversy right now is if Toby Ritters has won this race. There is right now massive conversation going on because right now timing and scoring is still showing Tyler King as the winner. However, it updated and changed and then said unofficially Toby Ritters was the winner. This is what we're going to do. We're going to make sure we get this right because it's definitely for the best. First off, if he wins this race, it will be his first career win of the Northwest Racing Series, biggest win of his career. Secondly, we've got the finish line post-race wrap-up coming up, and we want to make sure we do our due diligence to make sure with the Northwest Racing Series officials, it is correct. So, in just a moment, we will step away. We'll have some music for you. We will let you know who officially the winner is when we return from Talladega. Unofficially, Tyler King, Toby Ritters. Who's the winner? We'll find out. A wild one here tonight. An unforgettable truck race for the Northwest playoffs. Welcome back to iRacing on LSRTV, the community radio network. And after conversing and rechecking, double checking, triple checking, looking at video and review and checking with Northwest Racing Series officials, it is now official. Though Tyler King is showed at getting first, he had passed his incident limits. He had 16 points, which means he had to serve a black flag after the contact coming to the checkered flag. That bumped him all the way back to third. So it is official. Toby Ritters is the winner here tonight at Talladega. And by the way, if you're doing the math, Stephen O'Hare, not a playoff contender, won the race at Talladega on Monday night. Toby Ritters, not a playoff contender, but man, this is going to be so special for the driver that we call Clifford for Thunder Road in just a few moments. Again, due to Tyler King hitting trucks coming to the finish, he got incident points and a penalty at 16 to serve a black flag. That caused Toby Ritters to be in the right place at the right time and win. And with that being said, we welcome you back inside the broadcast booth. It is time for the finish line post-race wrap-up, and we will grab a word with drivers like Kevin Smith on the podium from Walla Walla, Washington. Kevin flipping, flying into the safer wall barrier, coming to the virtual start-finish line, and you still finish on the podium, man. I'm sorry, actually, Tyler King will finish third. Kevin Smith will bump up to second. Tyler, I got to ask you, man, I know it's got to be disappointing, but this race was crazy tonight.
Sorry, yeah, I don't really have much to say other than really proud of our USC racing team. We're doing good tonight, really fast, looking much better. Sorry. Yeah. Not really in good moods. There's not much to hear from them. Got caught up in a lot of people's trash. Got Northland coming to a line, and yeah, that's where we're at.
Jason. Anyhow, Tyler, I'll ask you the question. Normally I ask the question, Jason asks the question, but we got to wrap it up here real quick because we've been on the air for a long time. Your take of teammates racing you, the way that teammates raced you, the way you race teammates, do you feel like there should be a little powwow with the Beaver State Racing clan, do you feel, after what kind of things we saw here tonight?
No, from where I was sitting, I didn't like it at all. We worked fantastic together. There's a couple of moments where we probably didn't make the best decision, but split second stuff. And we'll be good.
All right, buddy. He's got a lot of interference with the wind or something blowing. I think it's a fan, but I do appreciate him at least having the courtesy and good sportsmanship to jump on here again. He crossed the line as the winner, but again, due to incident points and a penalty for that, at 16 he had to take a black flag, and that gives the win again to Toby Ritters. We'll talk to Clifford in a minute. Kevin Smith, second place. Man, another teammate. Your take of this crazy race. You were flipping, crossing the line to finish third, and then you finished second.
Yeah, I mean, it was a wild finish. I think we did a really good job of putting ourselves in position to, just as a team, finish strong. With really 100 yards to go in the race, I felt like I had a good run. I was cleared of 41. 12 was, I think, laps down. I was almost celebrating victory, and I don't know what happened there. I got turned pretty hard. So that part's frustrating. I feel like I could have got my win and punched my ticket. And I don't know. It's frustrating.
I'm understanding Jason Rockefeller having some mic issues, and apologies for that. We'll be back with Jason for post-race when we wrap things up here in a minute. Jason, so just hang tight. Kevin, I got to ask you again, though, man. The race in general, did you think it was a great race? Did you think drivers were driving over their head too quickly, too aggressive? you've been on the good, the bad, and the ugly of the Northwest, and you've really come around in the last year or so. What's your grade for this race tonight?
Well, I wasn't really, our strategy was to kind of lay back. So, those first 2 or 3 big wrecks, we avoided. Our strategy was to hang back and kind of let it play out. We knew, pushing these trucks was a challenge. You didn't square them up or you hit them too hard and there could be some carnage. So our strategy was to hang back and work for us. I mean, we got to that last, with 20 to go, we were in good shape. 4 of our trucks were in the top 5, had 6-second lead. We were kind of cruising, and then, calamity happens, as it always seems to happen at these plate races. But, I didn't really see that. I just knew cautions were flying, and I'm sure it's because there was a lot of slicing and dicing.
A lot of slicing and dicing at that. Hey, buddy, next week we go to Dover. Your take of going to Dover and going to try to lock up 2 more opportunities, if mind you, to try to go to the round of Championship 4.
Yeah, I love Dover. I think I got the pole at Dover last time. Had a little incident there 5 laps in and really put me behind, but I still think I finished 3rd, 4th, or 5th in that race. I had a fast truck. We'll have fast trucks again this time. I'm excited about these next 2 races, and excited to try to punch my ticket or at least maybe get in on points. It's an opportunity now with Toby winning, and so it looks like we might have some points going through, which is good.
Sponsors, buddy.
Yeah, Click It RV, www.clickitrv, miltonfreewater.com. Anybody, we're here in, Washington, Oregon border. So if anyone's looking for an RV, travel trailer, motorhome, that sort of thing, we can help them. And then just want to really thank my teammates, Ryan Bloom, just an amazing teammate, built an incredible set, super fast tonight. Just want to give props to him and my other buddy there, Toby, at the end, trying to get me across the finish line. Just really appreciate that. Super proud that he's able to punch his first win in this series. He works really hard at this, so it's always cool to see the guys that work really hard have success. So anyways, just want to thank those guys and my extended teammates, and look forward to moving on here.
Driver out of Walla Walla, Washington, Kevin Smith will have another shot to try to make the Championship 4 in Homestead in the penultimate race of the round of 8. Again, coming up next week at Dover. Remember, Cup cars are off on Monday for Halloween, but the trucks are back on Thursday. And again, as we mentioned, Toby Ritter's Thunder Road, a.k.a. Clifford, number 23. Driver has been through the good, not really the good, the bad, the ugly, the terrible. Even tonight had some of those same moments, but right place, right time. It doesn't matter how you score it. All that matters is what it is at the end, and you get the checker flag. Congratulations, Toby Ritters. It is so great to finally talk to you in victory lane. I heard Rose. I heard the family. They're going bonkers in the background. Take it in, man. Congratulations to you.
Thank you, Wesley. I really appreciate it. It's been a long road, yeah, for sure. My honest plan was to do everything I could to get Kevin that win. To be honest with you, I would have rather have gave him the win. Yeah, I mean, and I feel bad that Tyler got the disqualification, but yeah, I couldn't believe I won. I got a win finally, Wesley.
You did, and I guess the thing is suffice to say, right place, right time. When you saw Smith get turned, did that make everything change quickly in your head of, okay, I've got less than 50 yards, 100 yards, if you will, to make a move, and this is what I need to do, and I'm going to try to win this race. And obviously bumping, banging, the king and other drivers getting together. I mean, honestly, I think you would have been ecstatic for second.
I honestly, Wesley, I thought I did finish in second, and I was already teared up, you know. And then I was just trying to find a hole after that wreck happened. I knew that Kevin was off to the right of me. I just tried to find a hole to try to get through whatever I could, and I wound up here. So I want to thank my wife and my mom. I want to thank you guys. I want to thank Ryan. I want to thank Dennis Moore, Kevin Smith, the more racing team. They're awesome. They've helped me out a lot. And Jeff Stabnow and Sean with the patience they've had with me. And I want to thank you too, Wesley, and Northwest and and your broadcast, LSRTV.
You're certainly welcome. There's a whole bunch of people that are behind the scenes and making that happen. But, man, I'll tell you, we got some nasty weather about to hit Charleston, Texas. But I just want to ask you one more question. Obviously, hindsight 2020. You would have ended up second if the penalty points would not have happened with King and the more speed Beaver State drivers. Do you think there might have been a little bit of aggressive driving tonight? I mean, listen, you were flipping through the air on the back straightaway with about 30 to go.
Yeah, it was luck. It was luck. This is luck. This track. It's you know how it is, Wesley. I was just like Kevin said. I was just trying to make it to the end and have a fast repair for those last few laps, and I wound up. I couldn't believe that so many trucks were a lap down. To be honest with you, I was amazed.
Well, listen, buddy, congratulations. Enjoy the moment. If I was you, I would screenshot this moment. I would keep it. I would probably keep it in both video formats to have as a memory. I know Rose and your wife and the entire Ritters family always cheer you on. Big Red Machine Clifford, enjoy the rest of your weekend, buddy. Congratulations. Your first career Northwest Racing Series victory.
Thank you, Wesley. I want to let my mom know I love her.
Hey, man, and big love to everybody out there. I know there's a lot of respect for this driver, of course, of Toby Ritters. Again, Clifford winning a wild race tonight here at Talladega. Are we going to go back on camera, Charles? Are we going to go on camera? So let's go back on camera, and we will get one more quick break out of the way. And, hey, how about this? Let's do it really, really quickly. Believe it or not, for the third time tonight, we're coming up on the top of the hour. We'll pause for 10 seconds of radio identification on CRN, the Community Radio Network, and then we'll close it out at Talladega, where Toby Ritters is the winner.
Community Radio Network, WCRN 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA. We are CRN.
And with that, we welcome you back to the Talladega Super Speedway up in the broadcast booth. I am Wesley Outland. Of course, not Terry Radford. It is, of course, our buddy Jason Rockefeller. Jason, did you have fun, man?
It was a heck of a race here tonight. That's for sure. I mean, a long one. We started here. We were on the broadcast in that production booth at 11. I mean, what a night. I mean, just what a night for these guys. I mean, we had scoreboard. It's looking like we had about 5 or 6 trucks on the lead lap. I mean, what a night. We saw everything in the Talladega race pretty much holds. And at the end of it, Toby Ritters. Toby, congrats, man. I heard the emotion in your voice. Awesome job. We love you. Everybody here at LSR TV loves you. Everybody in the league loves you. Great job. Hopefully many more to come. But what a race tonight. I mean, like I said, we saw everything. You saw the big one. Heck, you saw multiple big ones.
No, big ones. Big ones.
Yeah, big ones.
Yeah, big ones.
We had some good racing, though. I mean, at the times when we did, it was great racing. And unfortunate circumstances at the end of the race. These guys are just trying to race for everything. They got their playoffs on the line. They got sponsorships on the line. They want bragging rights. That's what you want to do. You want to go out there and win. Be like, hey, man, I got you, and so forth. But, these guys, I mean, they ran their hearts out tonight to the point to where we only had 5 or 6 trucks basically running at the end of this race. But overall, usual Talladega race. Can't really say much more. But, I mean, what a race. And now these next 2 races, go over Phoenix. I mean, what else can you say?
Jason, they handled it like professionals, Tyler King and the powers that be. But do you think the powers that be at More Speed and Beaver State Racing are probably going to have a private meeting after tonight's race to maybe unofficially talk about some of the things that went on here? Because I'm all for teammates, but I even saw teammates turning each other to try to win these races as well.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, especially as somebody like me who's been a part of some of this league racing stuff. Back when I was a little bit younger, you used to, run Xbox league racing stuff like that. But, same principles still apply. You want to be able to go out there, help your teammates out, be buddies. But it gets to a point to where you're too aggressive. And if you're too aggressive, then it causes issues, not only for yourself, but your teammates, the whole team in general. So, I mean, what are you going to do? But, yeah, I definitely think that they're going to have to talk it out, because you don't want any bad blood between those guys up over there, But, take this, learn it as a learning lesson, and move on. That's all you can really do after the situation here tonight.
And I will say in closing, Jason, great job. Enjoyed working with you. Terry Radford, as always. Justin Prince, all of our crew that we have on the Northwest Racing Series, Cup Series, and Trucks. Charles Wooten and Jeff Stabnow for Rocket Media Live Sim Racing. And by the way, we're going to get off the air here because there is nasty weather. Keep Charles in your thoughts and prayers overnight. It's one thing to have storms in the daytime. It sucks at nighttime. But I will say this in closing. So proud of my friend Toby Ritters, somebody that I've never met in person, but we build these friendships. We build these relationships with drivers on iRacing and on these broadcasts. And you could, like Jason said, hear the emotion and congratulating his wife and his mom and every Ritters family out there that is rooted him on. You heard the camaraderie from all of the drivers. Yes, this is sim racing. This is iRacing, the closest to the real deal. But one thing for certain, a win is a win. You could hear the emotion in Toby Ritter's voice as he picked up his first career Northwest Racing Series win in Cup and Truck, and it was an honor to have us be able to bring that finish to you. We're off next Monday. Happy Halloween. Be safe out there. If you got the little ones trick-or-treating, if you do trunk or treat or church activities, be safe, be mindful. And remember, also, next Thursday, we're back to action here with the trucks at Dover. And we're out of here. Thanks for everybody for joining us on a very extended, long broadcast, but it was one for the books where Toby Ritters gets the win. For Jeff Stabnow, Charles Wooten, everybody at Rocket Media and Live Sim Racing. For, of course, Jason Rockefeller filling in for Terry Radford. I'm Wesley Outland. God bless you all. Be good to one another. We'll see you next week. The Northwest playoffs roll on.